Hello and welcome. We're really excited because today, this is unusual, number one. It's a different time of day.
Yes.
Because we have students all over the world. I'm Lauren and this is Michelle. Now, I'm not going to profess to being a great cook. In fact, not even any cook. Like, I don't do cooking, but Michelle's helped me so many times with our dogs in the kitchen. And I also am very, very creative and I'm very, very passionate about feeding our dogs well, enrichment, looking at what we give our dogs, when we give that to our dogs, and I'm sure you are too. So welcome, welcome, welcome. If you haven't been here before, like I said, I'm Lauren, this is Michelle, and we love doing this for our dogs. And if you haven't been here before, you'll probably not know that we like to give out prizes, don't we, Michelle?
Yes.
So to start with, guys, I want you to share this video. We want to have as many of you as humanly possible seeing this because we know there's so much good content here for your dogs, for enrichment, for health, for longevity, and ultimately it's a lot of fun too. So you're going to have fun doing it. So if you haven't already, get sharing this video. Share the live link on Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok, and we absolutely want to make sure that it's public to everyone so everyone can see this. We're welcoming you here. It's a completely free event and there's also some cool show up offers and cool things that we get to offer you too. So we want as many people in the room as you can. And if you have shared, let me know because that's the best way for us to give out prizes. So we've got some comments already. We've got lovely Kathy who says, hi Lauren and Michelle. We've got Dana who says enrichment. We've got Trisha who says hi. We've got Kev who has definitely shared it. We've got the lovely Tracy who says hi. We've got brilliant Rosie who's watching. So make sure you let us know. And you know what, because some people are already sharing, I think that we want to be giving out some prizes. I just think it's a great day to give out some prizes. So straight off the back of a share from Molly Simmons, she's fast in there. She's shared already. She's going to get a super cool little goodie bag. Yeah, why not a bag? And she's going to get a little freezer bag and we're going to give her some goodies from Canine in that bag. So what are we doing today? Because there's actually a lot that we get to cover and we want to tell you about it so that you're here for the longevity of our life.
So I love cooking for my dogs. In fact, I probably cook more for my dogs than I do for myself. So we thought we'd share with you guys how you can add some enrichment into your dog's life through food. And what's better than home-baked, fresh for our dogs? And also seeing how you can adapt and play games with them with their food as well. So getting a bit more from your relationship with your dogs, knowing you're feeding them healthy, good food, because if there's no preservatives in it, if it's fresh,
and if you do it yourself,
best.
right? If you do it yourself, and I think that's really, really cool. Now, I don't know if someone can grab me. Maybe someone in the back can grab me one of our little freezer bags because I'm going to give. Oh, you've got one. She's got one. Look at that. You're ready with it. This is really cool. So we've got one of our little freezer bags here. The prize that you're going to get if you share this and we pick you out, and I've already picked out 2 people. The second person is Debbie. Let me find her. Debbie, I saw you, Debbie. Debbie McNally is shared. So Debbie McNally is going to get one of these as well. You're going to get one of these and you're going to get one of the super cool fresh things that we're going to be showing you today just for sharing. That's all you have to do. You're literally, this one actually,
that one.
She's going to get one of these and one of those. But you know what? We could throw one of those in too. Why not? So we'll give all 3 of those. So that's what you're going to get, Debbie, and that's also what you're going to get, Molly, which is really cool. Now, that's Facebook only. So in Facebook only, we want you to use the word enrichment. When you use the word enrichment, it's literally going to supercharge, bounce, and allow us to make sure that you get all of the information you need. So that's the word enrichment on Facebook. And in YouTube, you're going to click on the link in the chat. So on YouTube, you're going to click on the link in the chat. And on Facebook, you're going to put the word enrichment below. Debbie McNally and Molly Simmons, you got in before that rule. But that rule stands from now on. So you're going to put the word enrichment in. And in YouTube, you're going to click on the link in chat. And I'm going to have a couple of YouTube names in a minute with us via the people that are looking at YouTube. So yes, it's very cool. So it's very cool. So make sure you share it, guys. Share it. Groups, pages, any way you like. Anyway, tell us a little bit about you. Tell us a little bit about what breed of dog you have. Maybe tell us a little bit about why you're interested in this. And I think we should head to our first fresh option for enriching our dogs because I think this is really cool.
Oh, this is like, I used this yesterday. So it's a bit warm in the UK. We finally got summer.
I'm actually really sad that I'm wearing a jumper, and the only reason I'm wearing a jumper is because, or a top, because basically this is telling you I'm team absolute dogs, and it's so hot I need to put this on because I haven't got a t-shirt. But you know what? It's warm. I wouldn't be wearing this if I had a choice.
I'm loving it. I think it's finally summer. We've got warm weather.
It's gorgeous.
Brilliant.
It is gorgeous. So what are we doing for our dogs?
So we're going to take our fresh and we're going to mix up some fresh.
Nice.
And we're going to put in some fresh veg and fruit, and we're going to make them basically a big ice cube.
Let's go.
Shall we do
it?
it?
I want to see it.
So I've got basically very thinly sliced cucumber, and I'm going to lay that around the edge of the bowl.
Can I help you cook?
Absolutely.
This is my version of cooking.
So you just lay that
really
on the
enjoy
edge.
This type of version of. Oh no! See, I've already broken it. Right.
It doesn't matter because it's just going to get
My
frozen
cucumber's
together.
really floppy. I got it.
You do want it thin.
Got it.
Try that one. And then what we've taken as well that you can put into it
Mine's like a limp fish.
It's
not staying. It's like one of those fish that you do, like those, like they're going to tell you how you're feeling when you get the limp fish. Has anyone ever had one of those where you get the limp fish and it
changes
does the
shape?
Yeah, and it's like you're in a bad mood, you're in a good mood. Okay, I've got my cucumber.
You can put a little bit of carrot in there.
A little bit of carrot.
And this has just been taken with a peeler and peeled. And
a peeler?
A peeler.
Oh, okay.
Lauren wouldn't have one of these, I don't think.
I actually don't. I actually don't have a peeler.
So it makes it nice and thin.
Peeler.
A peeler.
Good.
We've got some blueberries here that you could put in, so full of antioxidants, really good superfood.
Yes. Strawberries.
Some strawberries. We can put those into the bottom.
Oh God.
Ooh.
Yeah, sorry. Everything's excitable.
And that looks pretty good.
What about peppers?
You can put a couple peppers in there, so full of vitamin C
for your
dogs.
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickle. Can you say it, guys? I want to know if you can say it.
Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers?
Yes, but faster.
Oh, dear
Peter
Lord.
Piper picked a pair of pickled peppers. Go again.
Peter Piper picked a pair of pickled peppers.
Can anyone else at home do that with us? Ooh. Peter Piper picked a pair of pickled peppers.
Okay.
Right, nice.
We can put some fresh herbs in. So
Did you say herbs?
Herbs. So this is dill.
Okay, dill.
So
nice to meet you,
fresh dill.
What am I doing? Just
lay it in.
Laying it in.
Lay it in.
Laying it in.
That's brilliant. And then what we're going to do you want to mix up some fresh?
What's this?
That is grated carrot.
Can I do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Sprinkle a bit of grated carrot
in the
bottom.
Grated carrot in the bottom.
How cool does that look?
Look at that. And it smells great as well, actually. I'm going to put a couple more blueberries in because blueberries really are a superfood, like a massive superfood. Right, I smell great.
So we're going to mix up a container fresh.
So is it in there already or not yet?
It's not.
It's
just
okay,
water.
It's not like a Blue Peter. Here's one I did earlier.
No.
Okay.
Although we do have, because this isn't going to freeze in time for you guys to see the end product, I do have some Blue Peter where it's done already.
I make my fresh. There is a scoop. However, I like the Lauren Paul method, which kind of looks a bit more like this.
It's a bit how
now,
I cook.
What I really like with fresh is that there's electrolytes in it. So for me, great for hydration. This morning, my dogs all had fresh cubes in the garden because ultimately it's really warm here and they're not used to it. But it's a really easy way for me to get hydration in. I tend to do it first thing in the morning because that way my dogs have had extra fluid in the morning. Well done. See, where would I be without you? And so I give it to them in the morning, first thing, and I tend to not give mine late at night, but also I think that's the time they most need hydrating.
Yep.
I'm giving you that to shake, just in case it goes everywhere. Shake it, baby. Shake it,
This is
baby.
the best
She's
bit.
on it. She's on it. Okay, I'm looking at comments just to see who has shared. And you guys are using the word enrichment. Keep shaking, Michelle. I think we can go crazy on this.
Get my work
Using
out.
the word enrichment, guys, if you're on Facebook and if you're in YouTube or on YouTube, you're going to click on the link in chat and we can get to see. And I am going to pick one more person who is going to get to win one of our super cool little cooler bags and a fresh and a shaker. So far we've got 2 winners. And my third winner, I'm waiting for a winner. I love it. Rupert loves my measures of fresh. That is how I measure it. That is how I do it. I love so many of you. Oh, I've got two. I'm giving it to Martina. Martina's having my next winner. She's my next winner chicken dinner. I've got more though, so don't panic. There are more.
You can add to this any other supplements that your dog gets as well, which
so
is a nice way to get them in.
For example, let's hold fire. I'm using Bug a lot at the moment, and the reason I'm using Bug a lot at the moment is because the creepy crawlies are all about. And so the creepy crawlies are there, and I'm going with a roughly right measurement, which for my dogs, I'm feeding Maltese, so I'm going to go a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And there we go. Nice.
And I'm going to give it another shake.
Good shake. So now we've got like a curry flavour.
Oh, that smells so good. I want curry now.
It smells so great, doesn't it?
Take away.
And then the other one I love adding for my dogs, I really like them fit and fast and looking great, And I also love that their coats shine. So for me, I like them being really shiny coated. So I'm going to add some Prime. So I'm only doing that not so that you can't see, so that it doesn't go everywhere. Some Prime. So I absolutely love Prime for my dogs. My dogs, their coats shine, so they really, really shine. Anyway, that's that one. We're going to give it another shake.
Another shake.
Massive shake, and this is for their
And make
their
sure
bowl.
the top's
and
on.
For my dogs, I might let them. So, for example, I've got 3 small dogs, Blink,
Yes.
Skittles, Venture, for example. I might actually let them have part and part of it, so they might not have the whole thing. I might let one of them start it, and my dogs do actually share. And when I say sharing, I don't think they always share. I might say, that's enough of that, throw one of them something else, and then take that and give it to someone else. And mine are fine with that, so that's part of my training.
Yes.
So in enrichment. So what are we actually making?
Okay, so we're going to pour the fresh into here, and not too full. So I'm going to go up, because what we're going to do is take another bowl, put it on top, and then we can make a second, so we'll do really quickly, a second little freezer thing.
Oh, I want to be in the second little freezer thing. Yeah, second little freezer thing.
And we're basically making some nice ice cubes for our dogs.
Yes.
So what the top one's going to do is weigh down the bottom one, and we can actually probably put a smidge more. You don't want to put too much because you don't want it to overflow over the top.
These guys are loving this. Guys, if you haven't shared it already, make sure you share it, because I'm going to pick another winner in a minute. Keep sharing as well, because you can share to multi-places. So you can share to multi-places.
And then through magic.
Through magic, because magic really does happen.
You end up with these really cool little bowls, if you guys can see those. So they're nice, and my dogs had these in the garden yesterday, and they were great. So it was warm. My neighbors were outside with their kids, so I gave the dogs one of these, and it was a nice calming activity for them to do.
Let's really keep those up so everyone can see them. They look amazing. Or we just switch camera at that point, but that's fine. So let's let everyone see. There you are. You're in the perfect place. So we're going to show those to that camera there. There we go. We're new at this, guys. We're new at this. So it's our first rodeo. It's our first rodeo. There it is. There it is. We haven't done the cooking here. So guys, make sure you share that. Would you like to see, we're going to keep those there for a second. Would you like to see, let me know in the comments if you'd like to see the recipe and the method. So we can put the recipe there for you, and we can also put the method up on screen. Would you like to see that, guys? If you'd like to see it, let us know in the comments that you'd like to see it. Tell us all about it, and obviously keep sharing, because we've already given away a good few prizes, and we're going to give away some more. We'll keep these here because Michelle's fingers really like it.
Actually, it's really nice and cooling. I don't mind.
Would you like to put it on your face?
Yeah, actually, I wouldn't mind crunching on one right now.
Can you imagine? She'd like to crunch it. So guys, if you want to take a picture of that one, or if you want to save that one for your own records, or screenshot it, or share it with friends, or tell other people about it, we'll make sure there's a card at some point comes up if the AD team can get hold of that, and make sure there's a card that makes it very shareable. I think that'd be a really nice shareable card, or maybe it's already there. Maybe it's already done. Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, guys, who's enjoying it so far and who's already seen good value from being here? Laura loves the recipe cards. So really, really great stuff. Okay, I'm giving you a fourth winner. I'm going to give you a fourth winner. My fourth winner is Simon. Oh, I didn't remember your surname, but you shared it. You used the word enrichment. That's really key for us. You are literally a winner chicken dinner. We're giving away fresh and a shaker and a little freezer bag. So you're getting all of those. So I know that you guys are going to want to hear more of this. So I know that you want to hear more of this. And I also know that lots of people are wanting to get hold of these, because we've already been told there are loads of you asking about how you get hold of any of it. And the cool thing is there's actually a 20% off site-wide for Canine celebrating this live event. So if you want to get involved in any of the supplements we talk about, or any of the products, in fact, with Canine you get 20% off site-wide. You get that off all products. It's live 2024. It will discount you at checkout, so don't panic if it doesn't discount you before checkout. It's a site-wide sale, so it's anything on Canine, and it's dedicated to this live. The code is live 2024, and the exciting thing is that we are doing this as a celebration. Now, before we go to our next recipe, I'm going to stick with that card for a minute. Before we go to our next recipe, because we're ready to go to our next recipe, what I'd really, really, really love you to do, guys, is make sure you share this as well. So share it in any way you can, whether that's sharing and using the word enrichment, whether it's YouTube and clicking on the link in the chat, chat, or whether it is to a WhatsApp group, to a friends group, to a family group, to your mother, your sister, your father, your brother, your long lost lover. Do that carefully. But basically, we'd love you to share it. We want more people to know. What's next? What's cooking?
Oh, we're going to make treats.
Yes.
Yes.
These are my favourite thing.
These are absolutely brilliant. And
particularly like them when Michelle makes them.
yes. So Lauren asked me to help her out with making
Probably
treats.
about a year and a half ago, I reckon. Maybe a year ago. Was it with
Couple
Wild?
years.
It was with Wild. And I was struggling with Wild with getting her to do training with using a treat and train. And I wanted it to go through the treat and train.
Yes.
And I wanted small treats that were moist and that were easily digestible. And also she had allergies. So she had lots of different allergies. Tell me in the comments if your dog has any allergies or if your dog's sort of a bit scratchy, itchy, odd about certain things. And so this was the recipe, right? And it's
Yes.
this is a freaking amazing.
And it's a simple. I simplified the recipe. So you were looking for, hopefully I can say this, firm but soft.
Yes, firm but soft.
Because they get jammed in the treat and train.
Yeah, so you don't want it too moist, because if it's too moist, then they're going to get jammed and they're going to break up. And you don't want it too hard, because ultimately the dog wants to find that a treat. So it doesn't want to be something too crunchy, and you don't want it to take too long. Who likes the idea of these treats? Because I think these treats are freaking amazing. Right, let's go.
Okay.
I love it.
We've got...
Who's enjoying the baking?
It's ones, basically. So we're going to put a banana in to our blender. And this is really simple. And I picked things I generally have around the house.
So banana to the blender.
An egg.
Egg from our chickens, so from our very own chickens. So from our very own chickens, that is the egg.
Doesn't get fresher than that. And we're going to save the eggshell
For later.
because we can use that later. I wouldn't put the eggshell in the treats because it makes it really hard to spread.
Yeah, okay, makes sense.
So, but you can feed your dogs the eggshells.
Nice.
A tin of tuna, ideally in spring water. So not with anything like tomato sauce or anything fancy like that. And they seem to be doing tuna as well without anything in it, but keep that liquid.
Plain tuna, liquid, and all in.
And don't get it everywhere.
Don't get it everywhere
Basically.
because you'll smell like a fish.
Yes.
Nobody
and
wants to smell like a fish.
Very good at getting it all over my kitchen.
But today we're not in the kitchen, we're in the studio, so
Which means I have to be even tidier.
even more tidy.
Okay, so that's gone in.
Cool.
We're going to do a tablespoon of coconut oil.
I love coconut oil. I love coconut
It's brilliant.
oil. I love coconut oil.
I kind of measure the coconut oil a bit like Lauren
And
measures her
coconut
fresh.
oil is fantastic for so many different things, guys. So for me, if you're using any of the supplements, coconut oil goes very well with a lot of them. So for me, I think it's a great thing to be adding.
And I'm going to blend all of that up first.
Can I press the button?
Oh, you can.
Good. My favourite part.
You're going to press that button.
Which one? Maximum blend.
Yep.
You sure?
Yep.
Go! Okay, guys, at this point, I want you to, you've got your option for your share. So your option for your share, so you're going to be doing the word enrichment or making sure you're in YouTube, and I'm going to pick another person, I'm going to pick another person, I'm going to pick another person. You guys are enjoying it. That is awesome. And if you've made these treats before, guys, please, 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 let us know in the comments and let us know how you got on. And if you've not made these treats before, let us know how excited you are. So, can I put this in?
This is a cup of flour.
How much am I putting
A
in?
whole cup of buckwheat flour.
And what type of flour?
Buckwheat.
And why buckwheat?
So it's gluten-free, and I find it a quite easy flour to get a hold of. Pop that right there.
Popping right there.
You could also do oat flour, and I try to do gluten-free with my dogs.
This is my cooking skill.
And I just have found that buckwheat flour, you can push the button.
So guys, I am coming back to give you a winner in a second. You're going to get a winner in a second. And so when I'm going to do a winner, I need to know you shared it. You need to put enrichment in the comments, or you need to click on the link in the chat for YouTube. 3,
It's gonna be
2,
loud.
1. It's going. It's going. It's going. It's going. Okay, who have I got? Who have I got? Do, 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 do. I love it. Tracy Wright is excited. Gorgeous stuff. Make sure you're sharing, guys. Make sure you're sharing. Almost went very wrong with my words there. Do, 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 do.
We're going to take a peek.
Oh, I don't know who to pick. I don't know who to pick. I've got so many good choices. So many good choices. Let us know if you like this, guys. Let us know if you like this. I'm picking someone. I'm picking someone. I need more people. Come on, guys.
More people.
Go on. Okay, so what's happening now?
And we're just getting it all mixed up. So
mixed up?
I'm making sure that it's all mixed down in there.
I feel like that some days, don't you? All mixed
all
up.
mixed up. Yes. So blended, I should probably say.
I sometimes feel blended too. Let's have a look. Keep going. Keep going.
We'll keep it whizzing around.
Yes. Guys, we need more enrichment. I'm picking someone. I am picking. Oh, we're going to check you shared it. I'm picking Anne Reed. Hello, lovely Anne Reed. You have been chosen. You're winning the fresh, the shaker, and the super cool little cool bag. Cool bag, fresh and shaker. Wow.
Okay, that's looking pretty good.
Now, how do you say it looks good? How do we know at home that it looks good?
So, let me take the... Do you want to take? No, sorry.
Do you want to smell it? I don't know if we need to go to the other screen for a minute. Let's go to the screen for a minute. I'd like you to smell it.
So let me see if I can show you guys.
I want you to lick it.
Actually, I'll taste it. I will taste the treats when they're done.
Can you eat that?
With a raw egg in it. But there's nothing, in all honesty, there's nothing in this you can't eat.
I love it. Meg Jordan said, I was going to say I feel all mixed up too. I think it's funny. We're all mixed up.
So what we're looking for is that it's basically spreadable.
Oh, that looks good. Very spreadable.
Yum.
Yummy and spreadable. Right, where can I
do you want to do some spreading?
I definitely do. I'm all in.
So you can spread some into there. It's a little bit like painting, and we talk about the dogs having stress buckets, right?
This is going to be great for me. So I put it in here.
I find it very therapeutic doing this. It's like painting. Yep.
And then I do another one.
Mm-hmm. And then you're just going to spread it around. My preference, while Lauren's spreading, this is really amusing.
I love it.
Lauren cooking.
This is like, how do you get rid of the air pockets?
I'll show you a tip with that.
I want a tip
Move
with that.
this so people can see you
I like the smell of the banana, you know. I'm not so sure about banana and tuna. Like, I've never had a panini that's banana and tuna, but my dogs, I know, would love it.
So I find for the texture that you're looking for, and specifically for putting into something like the manners minder,
I've got it
the
now.
banana's really good. And all you do once you've spread it all through the mat is you just tap it a little bit. Don't tap it too hard. I've made that mistake. You end up wearing all the batter all over yourself.
Oh.
But you just gently tap it and it gets rid of the air pockets. Now, if you happen to have a batter that's a bit too dry, so it's not easy to spread and it's not coming out of the mixer very well, you could actually add a little bit of your fresh if you wanted to.
I'm like a naughty kid. Like, I'm very entertained here. Like, this is my enrichment. This is enrichment for Lauren. Who thinks you guys would like to be enriched in a similar way? Like, this for me is like, it is like art. It's like creating something.
I find it really therapeutic. And the bottle I just moved away from the screen was some bone broth that we're going to use for the gummies.
I've made a bit of a mess.
Oh, that's all right. You always make this is why it's on a tray.
It's kind of going everywhere here now. Like, I kind of don't know whether to...
Do you want me to show you how to do the sides?
No.
You're going to keep going. Okay.
No, I do. You can show me the sides. Go for it. Only because I'm going to make a mess. I can feel it coming.
Little tip for the sides.
Right.
Is...
Let me show you.
You do that.
So like that.
And then you
Can we see Michelle's face?
Spread that way.
I want to see the way that she sees it as we do it. Can we see Michelle's
I'm a little
face
scared.
as well? You see her face? Come on.
I should have known that was coming.
Can help it. Go. I'm going to look at who's coming. Right. She's livid. But she should have known it was coming.
I should know better. I really should know better.
Right. Good stuff. Okay, we've got lots of people watching. You keep going on the spreading. You tell them how you're spreading it. Go on.
So it's just like painting, basically. And if you take the sides there, then you can get it into the sides, basically. And this batter's come out really well because you see how easy it is.
Are you complimenting yourself?
Yeah, I am.
Gotta love it. You've got to love it. I think I put in my hair. You've got it on your face still. They think it's funny. Guys, who thinks it's funny? I think you guys think it's funny too, don't you? If you think it's funny, let us know in the comments and make sure you're laughing. I want to see that you're laughing. Okay, could we use that treat mixture in the lick pad? I probably wouldn't, Tina. I think we've got better.
We've got a good one for
And Katrin said I had to throw away my moulds because I couldn't get the dough out. So have you ever experienced that?
So if you can't get the dough out, you've probably not been patient enough, I'll be honest, and left it in the oven for long enough.
I've never experienced that, not being patient enough. That's never happened to me. No. Carry on.
So this is just a pastry.
Oh my God, she's getting professional on us now. Have you seen this? She's getting professional. She's got some sort of like, I should have known that she had this before I put batter on her face, I think. It looks like some sort of tool.
Do I still have batter on my face? Hopefully I've wiped it all off.
You should have a big bit on your head.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so yeah, you can definitely use, what I would say is, if you're going to feed your dog, this isn't probably the raw mix that I would use. I think that's a better raw mix. It's not to say you can't, but we're going to cook this, so it's going to get better when we cook it. So I think there's a better one. And Sonia says you can use hemp oil instead of coconut oil. I think you can. It's just going to make it more oily rather than, it's a slightly different texture.
I just like the consistency of coconut oil. Much better, having tried a lot of different. Right, now you would spread the rest of the molds, and you've got a couple of options on how you can cook it. You can cook it in the oven. I do 180 Celsius or 160 if you're going
I'm getting hooked into their comments. They're so funny. You guys are awesome. Lauren Lever has also shared. Guys, remember when you share, you've got to use the word enrichment, or if you're on YouTube, you've got to click on the link in the chat. Carry on with the oven instructions or the microwave.
And you cook them for about 20 to 30 minutes.
If you've got a choice, oven is better.
Yes.
So if you've got a choice,
definitely.
Oven is better. Oven is always better. That's for your own food. That's for your own health. The oven is always better. So if you've got a choice, use the oven. If you don't have a choice and you're on a time limit and you want to be super hot fast, then use the microwave. Let's not make our days hard. The microwave is there. You can use it, but ultimately the oven is better. If you look on the screen, guys, there is the recipe. Take a picture, take a screenshot, share it with your friends, let people know about it. And remember, if you're sharing this live, it's enrichment that you're sharing. And if you're on YouTube, it's clicking on the link in the chat. And we love to know that you're sharing this worldwide. Now, keep that on the screen, I think. We want to keep that on the screen for a minute because I think everyone loves it. Let us know if you love these cards, and let us know if you'd love to have these cards. Now, I know that there's also a way with these that you can make them quite enriching in terms of adding your supplement to it as well. Because let's say we know a lot of dogs who need or use or want to use Calm. So Calm is, people get this wrong actually, Calm people think is for calming a dog down. It's actually for putting them in their best mental space. So for me, I might need calming down some days, so I'm very excitable, but I have a dog who's actually very nervous. So for her, it's actually trying to put her in the right and the healthiest sort of mental space. And so for her, I would say Calm levels her. And if you've got a very anxious dog, a reactive dog, a dog in sports, a dog that you just need to level off a little bit, Calm can be really nice. So I'd like to add Calm to mine. So we're now going to do a bacon shake or a shake and bake.
Shake and bake. So by magic, this is what the treats end up looking like.
And don't they look amazing by magic?
Oh, that way.
No,
Wait,
that way. There we are.
There we go.
There we are. Let's have a nice close up of those. So they look amazing. Michelle's also said she's going to eat one. So she's ready to eat one or three.
I
need
made
to see
them,
the camera.
so
Hang on, let's see you.
They're really good.
You're so weird.
You should try one.
I'm not trying one.
But it's all natural
What
products.
is in that one?
That's exactly what we just made.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll
Tuna,
trust you.
Banana. Some coconut oil, egg.
Okay.
And buckwheat flour.
Guys, if you're impressed, let us know in the comments. She's amazing. If you do also use Calm, let us know in the comments because we're going to do Calm now, shake and bake.
Yep.
So Calm, shake and bake. So my dog, I want to make sure they have their Calm, but they're also going to have these on a daily basis. Now, I have small dogs as well as standard size, I suppose, border collies. But my small dogs, I don't want to get through loads of food in a day. So this might replace some of their daily meal or all of their daily meal. So I want to shake and bake and I want to put my Calm on it. Yeah. How am I going to do that?
So you just, if this is the amount that they're going to get in a day of food.
And I'm going to say I'm going to give them, I'm going to give about that amount.
Okay.
So I'm going to give about that amount. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add to that one my Calm for the day. So I'm going to add my Calm for the day to this one. So for the day, I'm going to add my Calm for this one. And Calm I typically do measure out actually. So I do want to get my measurement right. I'm going to go with a dog of a 0 to 10 kilos, which is what mine are. So mine are 0 to 10 kilos, they're about 6 kilos. So I'm going to go for about just over a half of a scoop here. So I've got just over half of the scoop there.
Yep.
Now we could do it in a shaky bag or we could just do it in the bowl, right, Michelle?
Absolutely.
So how are we going to mix that?
So you just literally spin it around, and this is where using that coconut oil
is nice because it kind of grips it, doesn't it? It takes a bit
like,
of
look
it
at that. So there's really nothing, I'm trying to show you guys, but gravity. There's no powder left in the bottom. It's all stuck to the treats.
And that's really nice, isn't it? Because then actually they've still got their supplement, but you've done a bit of a shake and bake, a bacon shake. And so effectively they're getting their Calm, but they're also getting it in high value version. So you've got your treats, you've got your shake and bake, and most of all, I would say these treats are possibly the best I have ever used, right? The best. And they do smell great. Like they
taste
genuinely
good too.
do smell great. I'm going to eat one. It's done. It's done thing.
There's some water there. I actually think they taste quite good myself, but hey. And there you can do a lot of different things in them. So this is the base recipe. This is the base recipe.
I'm just kidding you. And the reason I'm kidding is because I know Michelle easily will take offence to me not liking her treats, so I find that ecstatically funny.
Yeah. The main thing is the dogs have to like it. It doesn't matter if you like it. And I know the dogs love the treats, absolutely love it. You just have to wash it down.
I actually don't mind it at all. Tastes fine. And the thing that I would say is the best bit about it is you know what's in them.
Yes.
You know what you're feeding your dog. You know what you've put in there. Please do not buy shop bought treats. You don't need to. Like literally, how long in the microwave?
About 6 minutes.
And you saw that it took you all of 3 minutes to mix it?
Yeah.
So 3 minutes to mix it, things that you can easily have in the cupboard or have around the house. And if you've got a little bit of veggies, you can add the veggies in too.
Yes.
Right, so any of your veggies.
Herbs. You can add herbs
Can
in
you
as
all
well.
say herbs too with us? Herbs. They got it. So you can add the herbs in. You can add your, if you're going to cook it, which you are with these, we don't put the supplements in before cooking it, particularly not the probiotics, but you can definitely put them on afterwards. So it's a really nice thing to put afterwards.
And what will happen is as they're baking in the oven and as they're baking in the microwave, they pop out of those molds. So you start to see them lifting. So it's worth smoothing all of the batter off the top. And you know they're done when you flip that mold over and they just drop out. So that's the perfect cook. And I've had a few people comment, they're like, oh my gosh, that is amazing when you tip them out.
Best one, yes.
Yep. And they all just fall out and you've got clean molds basically after.
Which is really cool. So guys, so far, are you loving it? Are you liking it? Are you thinking it's good? Is it worthwhile? Are you showing up and thinking, I'm really showing up, I love this? Now, I think you are. I'm hoping you are. We'd love your feedback because your feedback's really helpful for us to understand. I think what we should do is we are going to prep for something I really want to show you, which is something I've used a lot for hydrating my dogs, but also getting my supplements in and also making sure that my dogs are fit and healthy. And I'm sure you're excited about that. Let me know if you're excited about that. I think in the meantime, what we could do is we could go to one of our, we've already made you a cool video on Squeezy tubes. So we've made you a video on Squeezy tubes. I think we could go into the kitchen where I'm talking Squeezy tubes, and I'd like to show you around my dog kitchen actually, where we're making these, and my dogs use these. Could look at like something rude, it's really not. My dogs use these on a daily basis, and we feed some of our food for food training in terms of fitness, and some of their general day-to-day training, recalls and lots of other things using a Squeezy tube. So if you feed your dog raw, or you feed your dog wet food, or you want to feed your dog maybe partly raw, then these are a really nice option. Stay with us because we're coming right back, and after that we're going to show you something very special that I think can really, really help on a day-to-day basis with your dog's food, and also it's enriching. So without further ado, let's head to the teaching. Okay, so you wanted to see what we're putting in our Squeezy tubes. So my dogs are fed raw, so largely raw, and I want to make it easy for them to have raw. I'm not saying I don't use any kibble or any dried food. I definitely do. I'm a normal human being, and sometimes it's easier. However, on the whole, where I can, fresh and raw is really, really cool. Now, when I'm using their mix, I've already pre-mixed this. This is, they've got some, this is Honey's, so they've got Honey's food in here. And they've also got another local food company that's quite fine blend. We really want fine blend, not coarse. So I'm not looking for coarse chunky mince. That's fine for my Kongs or my bones or other things I stuff and fill. But for these, I really want the finer, like really, really blended food. So I've got mainly chicken, turkey, I've got a bit of quail, things that are really, really fine and ground. So that's the meat, and that's the main substance that you're gonna be using. I've then got one of my absolute favourite things, which is also to a degree in our Flexi, which we'll talk about in a minute. I'm going to put some golden paste in because I'm an absolute fan. And when I was working with Everest and she had her diagnosis of cancer, it's one of those things that I went to. Very, 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 very easy to do. Not essential at all. And I'm not good at measuring things out. I'm very good at looking at how it feels, how it looks, and going with that. So I put a good dollop of that. Interestingly, I hate it. I can't eat it myself. I really don't like turmeric. There are some things here that I love, some things that I hate. So I put my golden paste in. It's a really nice binder, so it binds it really, really well, and it's a good consistency. Because when we're making these, we want them to be a really easy consistency. So they shouldn't be a difficult Canine tubes. They shouldn't be a difficult consistency to play with. So I really, really like that. Now, the other thing I do is I try and get all of my supplement in. I do the same with myself. I have kefir or kefir in the morning. I try and put all my supplements in the same thing because it just makes it doable, and you don't want to put roadblocks in your way, so make your life easy. So my supplements, I am mixing Bug, Flexi, Probio, Plaque, Prime and Calm. When I'm using that, I pre-mixed them, and what I've done is made sure I've got a pre-mix ready to go. So that's my powder, so I've got my powder in there. And that is, like I said, a combination of my supplements, and all of our supplements can be used together. So all of the Canine supplements can be used in combination. That's the whole goal of them. Particularly right now, what am I using? Well, Bug, it's tick season, they're everywhere. So I definitely want to use Bug, fleas, ticks, parasites, Bug. I use my Flexi for my joints. I've also got my golden paste. So I'm really making sure I'm going in there with anti-inflammatories and making sure I'm looking after everything, especially having sports dogs. My Plaque for my teeth, and I'm doubly doing teeth because sometimes I'm filling my bones as well. So they're getting the bone chew action. Probio, I definitely add in my Squeezy tubes because they can have that in there. My Prime Canine, I add in because I think it's a brilliant wellness supplement, and my Calm. All of them combine really nicely. Okay, I also do some goat's milk kefir or kefir, so I've got a little bit of that. I'm going to go easy on that because I may add some more in a minute depending on what the consistency is. And then this is mushroom bone broth, so I'm going to add a little bit of that in as well. This is just one of my Squeezy tube recipes, so these are some of the things that I would be using. At the same time, I'm very much, let's see how it goes, let's have a look at it, let's see what it feels like, and then whether we add an egg in or anything else, and we'll look at the consistency and the paste-like texture. That's what we're going for. Okay, now it gets a bit interesting. We've been foraging, as you might have seen. So we've been foraging. I probably can't open this, so we'll see how we go. So I've been foraging. When we forage, and I love the smell of that, it just smells amazing. So it's, in here we've got nettles, we've got dandelions, we've got some sticky weed, and we have lots of different natural mints and herbs from our garden that are absolutely okay with dogs. And you guys can do your own research there because that is not necessarily what I'm trying to teach you. I'm just trying to show you what I use. So this is what I use. And I'm going to put 2 good dollops of that. And then I'm going to see whether I want to add some more in later because I may want to make it more liquidy or I may want to make it less liquidy. You want a smooth paste-like texture. You don't want to have loads of liquids squidging out. You don't want it to be too difficult to get out. You don't want lumps and bumps. You don't want it to be too easy to get out because then they're going to get it too easily. You want it to be the right consistency. Okay, last but not least, super weird and wonderful. We have eggs and we have chickens, so we always like to use their eggshells. They're ground. You could either grind them, you can bake them, you can do lots of different weird and wonderful things with those. And I'm just going to pop a few of those in as well. I don't want to pop too much of that in because it can change your consistency a little too much. So I want to go easy on that, but at the same time, let's see what we've got. Now we're going to mix this up and see how we go from there. Okay, so one thing we might do is we might also add an egg. We've got free-range chickens here on the site, so that's always lovely. So we can add in a raw egg at times, but again, that would be to improve your consistency. That already looks liquidy enough, so I wouldn't add an egg in because I think it already looks quite good. And remember, you can keep your eggshells to use them for other things. Now here you go, look at that overachiever of an egg layer. Like, that is insane. But yeah, like I said, you wouldn't use your eggs if you didn't need to. They're a great addition if you can, but equally if your mix doesn't need it, don't add more liquid. Okay, now we've got our perfect mix. We are going to make our perfect Squeezy tube. Now remember, you're gonna pop all of that goodness, all of what you just made up, into your Squeezy tube. And all this is, remember, is your fresh minces, whatever raw mince you choose to use. We're using finely ground. It's your supplement and all of these other goodies, and literally stuffed into here, ready for training goodness. It's gonna be a training goodness session. The cool thing is you're getting a way of putting all your supplement in to your dog, and at the same time you're enabling them to earn it. So contra freeloading is happening because they're getting to earn food, which is way more fun than having it in a bowl. And you're making sure it's healthy for them because it's got all of your Canine backed up, and making sure we're looking after your dogs from the inside out. I don't know if you noticed, but those weren't my hands cleaning up. Just like one of those things I know I am very avoiding of. Yeah, I avoid that moment.
I'm impressed you did the Squeezy tubes.
Yeah, I love making it. Now for me, the reason I love Squeezy tubes, where's the Squeezy tube gone? Like I said, looks like a funny object, could be a funny object.
Do you want me to grab
Actually,
one that's
the Squeezy
done?
tube. Yeah, grab a Squeezy tube that's done. So my dogs, every week, I was chatting to Jamie earlier, and I reckon we get through with my team dogs, that is around 30 tubes a week. Like we use these a lot, and we use them to slow our dogs down, we use them to give variety, we use them to be able to give supplement in their food, and good food. I personally like to use more fresh food than I do commercially sort of driven food, so I like to use fresh food and I like to prepare it, so I do enjoy doing that. So yeah, these are these are fridged, aren't they? So these are defrosted, ready to go, and so effectively they're made, they're ready to go. You can slow them down, you can speed them up, and the consistency when you're using a Squeezy tube needs to be quite smooth, quite fluid. When I say fluid, as in comes out easily, but not fluidy.
Yes,
yeah, and the other thing
liquidy.
is you often get with dogs air pockets. They don't like the air pockets, so I think you need to condition them to initially like these. But these for me are amazing in training. Now, we are going to talk to you about some training. We've got a really cool core learning video for you, and it's on concept training. And let us know if you've managed to get some of the free learning, because there's mega free learning. And I know all of our Absolute team and Absolute fans and raving fans, we've got some amazing Absolute Dogs team on here. So hi you guys, and thank you so much. You guys, if you want to let everyone know how they can get the free core learning, in a minute we'll probably drop to the free core learning video, because we've got one of the videos here, but also when you pop your information in, you will get a whole like massive little suite of learning, and it's free, and we want you to have it there. We want you to share it. We want people worldwide to know about it. So we will head to a core learning video in a minute. But before we do, we're going to be talking gummies. Now, gummies, they're something I used recently with one of my dogs who was struggling to get fluid in, but they're also something that can be really nice to hydrate generally. They are also something, and here's a gummy, so if you guys want to have a look at a gummy, because here are some we made earlier. These are just fantastic, fan-bloomin-tastic, and when you look closely,
They look like they got eyeballs.
There we go. There we go. They've got eyeballs. These are like Halloween treats. Yes, Halloween treats. So you've got blueberries in them. But the cool thing is they're kind of like squidgy, and my dogs love these, absolutely love them. Now, what's in them, Michelle, and how do we make them?
So we've got gelatin, and gelatin's really good for your dog. So it's going to help with their joints, it helps with their coat, with their eyes. There's lots of health benefits to gelatin. And we've shared with you guys a recipe for some chicken broth. So chicken broth's good to use because it's not too high calorie.
Yeah, so chicken broth, fantastic. And we've got the recipe for you, so you don't need to worry about the recipe. We've got your backs, we've got you covered. I hope you guys are still sharing, because I've still got some of these to give away, and I've still got some of this and this to give away, and all of the people you share with get to have this free learning, which is amazing. I hope you guys see the incredible value we want to give to the community in the world in dog training and dog ownership, because it's all there. So you can share the live link on Facebook, Instagram or TikTok, and that's going to let more people understand how they can do this. Now, I can add supplements to these as well, right?
You can after it's cooled a bit.
Yep.
So right now what we've got is a gelatin blooming in some of our broth.
Nice.
If we pour that into here, and make sure you get all of the goodness out of the bottom. And then you want to sit here and basically keep whisking it for 5 minutes.
So whilst we're going to be whisking for 5 minutes, we're going to send you to one of our core videos, because I don't know. Let me know, yes or no, whether you want to watch this for 5 minutes. Do you want to watch this for 5 minutes? I could try and tell you jokes for 5 minutes. I could sing you a song. That would be unpleasant. I could do a rap. We could play a card game, but we got 5 minutes, and we think it'd be a really good time to show you some core learning. So we're going to head to our core learning. We're going to stir this for 5 minutes, and then when we come back, the core learning is going to be concept training. And we know that this is going to make a massive difference to all of you guys. At Absolute Dogs, yes, we care about how we feed our dogs. Yes, we care about how we enrich our dogs' lives. Yes, we care about all of the things that surround our dogs. And one of those things is concept training. In the comments, if some of our Absolute Dogs team could absolutely share how everyone can get all of the videos and keep all of the videos, because they're out there for you, all for free, which I hope you guys see the mega love we want to show you in the community. And we'll be back as soon as we've stirred this. We're off to some core learning. Imagine you could teach your dog all the skills they need to fit into the world that they're part of and help them make the very best decisions in any situation. No nagging, no having to be one step ahead, watching out for distractions, wondering if your dog is going to make the right choice, because you know they've got the skills to handle things and behave appropriately. Doesn't that sound like a great way to train? When you focus on the skills that your dog needs to behave appropriately and to feel confident and secure, both at home and out in the world, then you prepare them for life. Sounds pretty great, right? But how do you do that? And how is that different from other ways of training? Welcome to Concept Training Explained, training for the situation. In the typical world of dog training, you turn up for puppy class and the first thing on the agenda will likely be learning a sit, learning a down and learning a stay. You may spend some time learning to walk beautifully on lead around the church hall. The problem with this is that training your dog a series of behaviours in a class environment does not prepare them for real life. They might learn to sit beautifully in class and even at home, but then you ask them to sit on a walk or even when a visitor comes to your door, and it's likely they've never even heard of the word sit before. That learning doesn't always translate to real life situations full of distractions and many other options. It also doesn't prepare them for the dog that's going to run up to them unexpectedly on a walk. It's not going to prepare them to listen to you when next door's cat suddenly appears or when a squirrel shakes its bushy little tail and invites them to chase. Unlike more traditional training that teaches behaviours, concept training focuses on broader skills or concepts like calmness, focus, optimism and self-control. You can imagine these concepts like the building blocks of your dog's brain, all of which combine to make up your dog's unique personality. Not every dog naturally has all the skills they need to fit into the world that we expect them to be part of and make the choices that are appropriate. Perhaps your dog is maybe a little pessimistic. They get easily spooked. Other dogs maybe scare them, or maybe your dog is really easily distracted. Everything seems to grab their attention and they think everything is part of their business. Or it could be that your dog flips between calmness and craziness with very little in between. One moment they're snoozing soundly, the next, something as small as a knock on the door has them swinging from the chandelier. All that means is that your dog's brain is currently missing some of those really important concepts that would help them make the very best choices in those situations. Some of those building blocks really are missing. But that's okay, because you can fill in those missing pieces and strengthen those concepts that your dog is a little weaker in right now. And believe it or not, the answer is games. By playing games that teach your dog the skill of disengagement, you will find that they are much more able to ignore distractions without you having to nag or guide their choices. By teaching your dog the value of proximity, they're going to have much more value hanging out with you than maybe checking out what else is on offer, which in turn is going to mean less stressful walks, more reliable recall and great loose lead walking. By teaching your dog to flex their optimism muscle, you change their brain to be more optimistic in turn. Suddenly, things that spooked them are now less crazy, less scary. Situations that might previously have overwhelmed them, they can take in their stride. This is truly powerful learning. Concept training goes way beyond teaching behaviours because it gives your dog the skills that they're going to need for life and a brain that is shaped in a way which means their choices are always appropriate, whatever the situation. Just as importantly, your dog's brain has to be shaped for the situation they might encounter in life before being put in those situations. It's another vital aspect in the way that we train. More conventional training says that you have to take your dog to the situation that they're struggling in and then teach them how to behave. However, what commonly happens is the situation really is too much and they can't cope. Just as importantly, they're really not in a space where they can learn. So instead of training them in the situation, we believe that training them for the situation is much more helpful. It can help to think of it like this. Would you teach your child maths by forcing them to do a maths test? No.
You absolutely wouldn't. You teach them the maths that they needed and the skills that they needed beforehand in order to be able to take the test. Trying to teach your dog new skills in a stressful situation is rarely going to be successful. It leads to a frustrated owner who's working against their dog. It's like trying to force a square peg into a round hole. It makes much more sense to reshape that peg so it actually fits into the hole. Not only that, the more your dog practices not having skills for a particular situation, the more they're going to rehearse inappropriate choices and less desirable behaviours, which will make it more likely that they do the same thing when they get put back in that situation. You and your dog really do end up trapped in a vicious circle. By focusing on training concepts away from the situations that your dog doesn't have the skills to handle, you get to teach them all of the great skills that will set them up for life. In your living room, your kitchen, your garden. This way your dog learns those skills before they're ever going to need them. Whether you and your dog are working on recall or loose lead walking or calmness around visitors, appropriate interactions with other dogs, or any other skill that your dog might need as you journey through life together, training really should start at home and in the easy environments where your dog really can learn, and those building blocks are going to get strengthened. Then when you take your dog out and about to a more challenging situation, they will have the skills to tackle those situations with ease, making the very best choices, and they're going to feel like winners. Are you feeling inspired to give concept training a try? Are you ready to get playing the games, boosting your relationship with your dog and giving them the skills to handle life like a pro? For all the dog training you could ever need and a supportive community of like-minded dog owners and dog training professionals cheering you on, Games Club really has you covered. With over 400 videos on everything from barking to lead walking, it really does have everything you need to unlock your dog's full potential. And we'd love to welcome you home.
Oh, yeah. We've been staring the whole time. I've been doing that for the whole 5 minutes. Go on, carry on. You were doing it. I won't take that away from you. Okay, so we're going to add some of our supplements in. At what stage?
Now, so I'm feeling it.
Yeah.
It's cooled down quite a bit. So we don't want to
nice.
break the supplements down by adding them to boiling
No, it's going
liquid.
into cooler liquid because that's kind of ready. And I'm going with some Flexi. I love that these guys love my measurements. So I'm going Flexi because these are going to be nice I'm going to go for an overall conditioning one. So I want an overall conditioning gummy. So I want my Flexi for my joints and my joint care. I want my Prime I love Prime for skincare, but I also like it just for overall wellness. So I really love it for overall wellness. I think it's fantastic for overall wellness.
My dogs with knots in their coats.
I just think it's fantastic as an overall conditioner. So I think it's a really fantastic conditioner. And then obviously you could add any others. Those are the two I'm going for. I would probably avoid the probiotics until it's really cool. To be honest, even the others, it's nice and cool now. So what are we doing next?
So next we're going to put some of our lovely blueberries, and we've got diced carrots. You could use diced cucumber. You could do courgette or zucchini for people in North America. Any of those you can add to it, and it's like a nice little thing to add in. So trying to get healthy, natural, good food into our dogs. And I just basically take the things I've not eaten in my fridge.
And guys, just while you're looking here at what we've got on the table, you've also got your absolutedogs.me/enrichment live bonus. You get the live bonus for being here. And if you're in YouTube or on YouTube, you can scan the QR code and you're going to get it too. Facebook viewers, if you type enrichment in the comments, you're going to get it. The cool thing is when you share this to others, and I'm going to come back to our sharing in a minute, and I'm going to give away 2 prizes at once. So you better tell me that you've got enrichment there. 2 prizes at once. And we're going to give you a cooler bag, we're going to give you a fresh, and we're going to give you a shaker. So it gets pretty exciting at this stage. But yeah, basically, it's a nice space to be for our dogs, right? This is a healthy, cool space. What can be wrong with the world when you look at this for dogs?
Oh, I love it.
So what are we going to do next?
So put a blueberry into each of the molds.
Nice.
And what I like with these ones is they've got lids. So I don't have to worry about bone broth getting into my freezer compartment. Because I tend to pop these myself into the freezer and I stockpile them. So they're really good to feed for hydrating. So if your dog gets a little bit of an upset stomach or anything, or they're reluctant to take food, I find that the bone broth, they're guaranteed they're going to have.
In true Lauren style, I got excited, so I added more than one to some of them, but that's okay, right? You can do that.
Yeah.
So you can do some veggies, you can do some fruits. The cool thing is when you're giving these, so I've been giving these in the morning to my dogs lately, and because it's warm really, so because largely it's quite hot, the cool thing is that you are hydrating them, you're also giving them some food content.
Yes.
So it is some of their food content, because if you've got a dog that has like the morning sort of pukes or gets a little bit like sicky first thing, and I'm doing ditch the bowl, and we'll talk about ditch the bowl in a minute. Let me know in the comments if you ditch the bowl. But because I ditch the bowl and I don't want to give all my food in the morning and I want to train throughout the day, this sort of thing can really help with like hunger pukes if you've got a dog that does that. And I've definitely had one that does that. Classic used to do that. Not anymore.
Bring up a bit of bile.
Bring up a little bit of bile just in the morning if you didn't get the food in quick enough. And then I recently had a dog with megasophagus struggles. And for her, this was fantastic just to get the amount of fluid into her. So I think you've got to look at like what you're doing individually for your dog that could maybe help your day with them. I love it. We're getting really creative now.
Yeah.
We've got a bit of dill in there.
And I'll confess, I like this. I like doing this. I like healthy food for my dogs, and I like it to look nice. So we're adding a little bit of dill in. You could add mint, parsley.
The best bit is you can grow all of this in the garden. So for me, the mint that we have is in the garden, and you can be adding that in. Helps to freshen your dog's breath. Like we said, and I could put some of my plaque in here, so I could put some of my plaque to help as well. And I also can put in some natural herbs. Do check out what herbs you can use. We obviously will only tell you herbs we know can be used. I can't help it. I love saying herbs.
And there's dill and plaque.
Herbs. My friend Dana and Debbie, they say herbs. Herbs. Anyway, dill and plaque. What are we doing next?
So next, we'll just give it a quick stir, make sure all of the good supplements we put in are mixed through. And then you can, if I pour out of the jug, I'm going to end up with the mix everywhere.
You sure you don't want that?
Well,
the answer is no.
In my kitchen, I'd be fine. But you're just basically going to fill up the little ice cube trays. And I love doing this, and I do these in batch as well. So there's always something in my freezer for the dogs that I can grab really easily. So I give myself absolutely no excuse for feeding my dogs good, healthy food that they're going to love. And they're going to put the little lid on it. So you just keep filling them up. And I typically put them in the freezer, but you can let them set in the fridge as well. And follow the instructions. So we've given you guys a recipe for making these. Follow the recipe for the type of gelatin you buy, because there is lots of different gelatin products out there. So you want to do whatever the instructions are on the gelatin packet and use your bone broth with it, and then add your veg to your ice cube trays. It's really cool. Look at that.
So guys, I'm coming to find some winners whilst Michelle keeps filling. We're going to keep it on the filling, so we're going to stay on the filling. The cool thing is you get glorious gummies. You've got the recipe cards there. So those are there for you to take a picture of, or to make sure you get the information when you use the word enrichment in the comments, or in YouTube, you click on the link in the chat, or you scan the QR code. Make sure you share this live. So guys, in the comments, let me know you have shared, because I'm up right now for giving away another 2 prizes. Michelle has got another 1 more set of gummies, and I'm going to be giving away your prize. I'm trying to get to the bottom of our comments. Slow it down, Michelle. Just slow it down while I'm trying to get to the bottom of the comments, because there are loads of great comments here, guys. So make sure you let us know that you have shared. Michelle is really filling these up. It looks amazing. Let me know you shared, guys. Enrichment in the comments, absolutedogs.me/enrichment live bonus, or scan the QR code and you guys get to have some super cool resources as part of this. Now, Natalie Beach, she has shared. Now, because Natalie Beach has shared, she is a winner. I love that she's a winner, and I really, really, really like that you get to have one of our fresh. You get to have one of our fresh shakers, and you get to have one of our super cool coolers. So that's really, really nice for you, lovely Natalie. And the second person that I'm going to give it to, because I did say I would do another one, and I'm still going to do another 2 or 3 or 4 or maybe 5, because I love giving away. Your amazing, amazing opportunities here. Gothia Marie Claude. Where are you, Gothia Marie Claude? You're going to win as well. I just hope we can send it to you, because it does depend. Australia, we struggle. So Australia, we do struggle. And guys, everyone else that's listening, you guys can have 20% off site-wide all products. So all products site-wide for Canine, you go to aok9.com. It's www.a-ok9.com. We're up on the screen here, so you've got 20% off. It's site-wide, whether that's Shine Canine, that's for your dog's coat, whether that's our amazing water additive, whether it's Plaque, Fresh, Flexi, Probio, Calm Canine, Bug Canine, Fresh Canine. It could be an ear cleaner. You know what? The cool thing is it could be our Squeezy tubes. So you could get your Squeezy tubes. Could be toothpaste. You get 20% off site-wide. So put your order in site-wide, limited to people that are on the live, and it is live 2024. Of course, you can share the live and then other people can get involved. The other thing is we've got the Ditch the Bowl course.
Yes.
Now, before we go to the Ditch the Bowl course, because we are going to give you a video on this, because we've recorded something already and we know that you're going to love it. The cool thing with Ditch the Bowl is it's what you do with your dogs day by day.
Yep, so everything that they get, there's a purpose behind it. So I allocate their food out to something. So I think about what am I trying to achieve with my dog in that moment. So let's say I'm working a little bit on agility at the minute, then some of their food would go towards that.
And even something like this could work into that. So these are gummies. So my gummies could even work into that. I was training my dog with a treat and train this morning, or a manners minder. You can use similar things, a dog food bowl, a race to something. I can have these in there for her to race to, making their food part of each and every day. And I know you see a lot of behaviour struggles, behaviour cases,
Yes.
problem dogs here at the centre day in, day out. You're a 40-hour-a-week dog trainer, right?
Absolutely.
Like you train dogs every day of the week. That is what you do every day of the week. And does Ditch the Bowl make a difference?
Absolutely. So I had a client today who, this is one of the solutions I suggested to her. She's got a little dog that basically doesn't want to come back for recall. So the rest of the world is far more interesting than she is. The sheep, well, actually it's more the sheep poo is far more interesting. And she's going to get a Squeezy tube, she's going to fill it up, and when she does a recall and she
got something
really
more
likes
valuable.
it, yeah, this is like, the dogs love it.
And then maybe, could I have your shake and bake treats if they're still around? Have they
Yeah,
gone?
let
Where
me
have they
grab
gone?
them.
Grab them for me. What I would do, I would also say, okay, this is my dog's daily dinner. I'm going to put some of my dog's daily dinner. Now, no, I'm not going to put the gummies in there. The gummies are not going to make logical sense to put in my treat pouch. However, I could put my shake and bake in here. So my shake and bake, that is, let's say, Blink's food for the session. I've popped that out. And you can get these from the Absolute Dog store. We're actually limited now. We're down to around 50 of the treat bags. So if you want one of those, you probably need to act quite fast. I'd pop that one on. So I've got like in the US, they call them fanny packs. I'm going to leave that there. I call it a bum bag. So, but you can call them whatever you like. Effectively, it's a treat pouch. And I've got that daily food on me for whatever I'm doing in that morning session or that training session or even just out and about. And I talk to people all the time who are struggling with recall. People who often come to our courses through things like total recall, and they transform their recall. I know that some of you in here, lovely Simon, super Laura, brilliant Molly, super Kev, like there's loads of you that have transformed recalls through total recall. And for me, having my dog's daily food, and that could be my shake and bake or my treats that I use for day to day that I've made, I've popped them in there, snap that one shut. They're on me all day long for me to be able to move around with. And I think that's really, really useful. Depending on where you live, you might want to just top up as you go from another bag. But for me, it's often cold enough here to just keep them in the bag. And I would say that really helps me understand Ditch the Bowl. So we're going to head in a second to a Ditch the Bowl video for you. Whilst we're doing that, we're prepping some other bits for you and we're talking on some other bits for you. So we're going to be ready for you when you get back. And we're here to take any questions too. However, before you go, I want to do one more share prize. So before we go, I want to do one more share prize. So you can pick someone who you find says enrichment or shared. So enrichment or shared. Got someone?
Yep.
Go on then, whose name?
Claire Rizzo.
Claire Rizzo, you are winning a fresh shaker, a fresh Canine, and you're winning one of our super cool little freezer bags as well. So you are a winner chicken dinner. Anyway, without further ado, let's head to the Ditch the Bowl. Ditch the Bowl, put it in your treat pouch. Maybe pop it in a Squeezy tube. We're going to tell you more about it. Off we go, Ditch the Bowl.
Ever thought about ditching your dog's bowl? No, seriously. Like, really? Well, you know what? We're not suggesting you stop feeding your dog, but we are here to help you explore how transforming meal times really can enhance and transform your dog's health, happiness, and behaviour. Welcome to Ditch the Bowl, a journey towards interactive, fulfilling, and results-driven play with your dog. Traditional feeding and feeding bowls may be convenient, but they often lead to fast eating, boredom, lack of training, and certainly missed opportunities for learning and individual tailored plans and fulfillment. Let's see why it's time for a change. Ditch the Bowl is far more interactive and engaging, providing species-appropriate enrichment that meets your dog's biological needs, and also has a hugely beneficial impact on the results that you can experience in training. It's not just eating their daily rations, it's learning, playing, interaction, and bonding together through interactive play and struggle-specific games to help you achieve the real-life results you deserve to experience together. We know it as contra-freeloading. Catchy, eh? Contra-freeloading, the cool thing is your dog actually prefers to earn their food. This is a good opportunity for them. Embrace Ditch the Bowl with both hands to transform your meal times into an exciting, enriching experience for your dog, where every morsel, every bite becomes a reward for great choices throughout the whole day, in fact, throughout your dog's whole life. Use interactive training games to teach and reinforce life skills. This approach fosters a well-behaved dog, ready for any real-life adventure that is presented. By saying yes to Ditch the Bowl, you're investing in a future free from behaviour struggles where your dog is actually equipped and skilled and ready to handle these new experiences with more confidence and certainly more calm. Meet George. He's a dog that was perceived as strong-willed, difficult, stubborn, headstrong, like a monkey. He's a difficult learner, we've heard. Through the empowerment and clarity that Ditch the Bowl brings, George has become a happy dog living an enriched Ditch the Bowl lifestyle. He's a model candidate. Throughout the day, George's owner takes opportunities to minimise rehearsal of undesirable behaviours like jumping up on the counter, jumping up at guests, barking at the visitors. By setting George up for success, she also manages to implement way more fun and effective strategies of Ditch the Bowl as a direct result. Now, as a result of this, George's behaviour improves greatly, all through the combination of Ditch the Bowl and games-based training. How does this sound to you? Starting really is simple. Begin with easy foundation games and easy win reward strategies to really pique your dog's interest and desire to actually be on board and play the game with you. It's cool to have a teammate that wants to be involved. Gradually increase the difficulty as they become masterminds of the reward experience that you're providing. Remember, the goal is to stimulate, not frustrate. So easy wins are key. Watch the video, play the game, and get real life results. It truly is that easy. Beyond games, provide your dog with ample opportunities to fulfill their biological needs with enrichment activities designed to do just that, such as stuffables, calm mats, stuffed bones, snuffle mats, hide and seek, and so much more. The possibilities to enrich your dog's life are endless. Ditching the Bowl isn't just about feeding, it's about enhancing your dog's daily life through engagement and challenges. So are you ready to turn mealtime into playtime? Your dog's adventure truly awaits. So share your Ditch the Bowl experiences in the community group and let's inspire more owners all over the world to get the most out of their training games with truly real and truly life-changing results. Ditch the Bowl for the win. Share it. We really do want more owners to get on board.
And we're back. You guys are amazing. Thank you for staying with us. We are here. We've got more to show you. Michelle's got the kitchen prepped again. I can't say I had much to do with that. I was looking at all your comments though, and you guys are beautiful. You're amazing. You're so engaging. You're so energized. I love, love, love what you're doing. So remember, if you haven't already, type enrichment in the comments. If you even have already, you know what? I'm going to give away some more prizes. So do it again because I've probably lost it and I definitely don't need to scroll down your millions of comments because this is amazing. You're so connected and you're communicating with us brilliantly. So it's absolutedogs.me/enrichment live bonus. You can type enrichment in the comments, then we're going to help you. Or if you're on YouTube, you can scan the QR code. Now, Michelle, I know there's a Ditch the Bowl course, right?
Yes.
And the cool thing is that because you're here live with us and you're sharing it and you're telling everyone about it, what's going to happen?
oh, you get 50% off for showing up, for being here.
50% off. So guys, if you haven't already got that badge, Absolute Dogs, we have loads of cool badges. They're specialist badges from scent to, so we've got like nose ninjas, we've got loads of different badges from agility to obedience to recall, loads of badges. But we are giving you 50% off Ditch the Bowl. And that is for the duration of this live and for possibly, I don't know, let's go with a couple of days. But the cool thing is you get to access that. So 50% off, you use the code Enrichment50 at the checkout. It's an epic Enrichment Live exclusive. It's Ditch the Bowl. You get to be your dog's hero. And it's absolutedogs.me/ditch the bowl 50, right? absolutedogs.me/ditch the bowl 50. The cool thing is that you get to access that. And in addition to that, you get your AO Canine 20% off site-wide. That's 20% off site-wide. It's all products. It's live 2024. It's www.a-ok9.com. Live 2024 for anything on the site. Ear cleaners, it might be tick removers, it might be our cool bug supplement, literally anything on the site. Now, without further ado, what have we got next in this kitchen?
So we're going to do a breakfast calm mat.
Brekkie calm mat. Cool. Okay,
Yeah.
Where do we go?
What color calm mat do you want to use?
Oh God, we've got the rainbow of calm mats. Let me just have a look here. So we've got a rainbow of calm mats. These all look amazing. So these all look amazing. I think I'm gonna go for, I love turquoise, but I also really like pink. And one of my latest favorite colors is yellow, but I don't think yellow on yellow is gonna be good. So I'm gonna go pink.
I like the purple.
I'm gonna go pink. I'm
Pink
going
works.
pink right now. I like them all. Cool, where are we going?
Okay, so we're gonna mix, first of all, a bit of sardine.
Yeah.
So my dogs earn most of their food for doing work with me. This they would be getting as a calm activity.
Okay.
But I want to make sure they get, it's a great opportunity to give them some of their supplements.
Cool.
We're going to mix in a bowl. So we'll just take our fresh bowl here. We're going to get a sardine.
I'm gonna try and flip it in your face, but then I
Yeah.
thought that was a bit rude, wasn't it?
The batter from the treat mix.
Are you still tasting it? You're still tasting it. Can you imagine, like, the sardine in your face? Sardine in your face.
It's supposed to be National Friendship Day.
That'd be me showing you my love.
So we're going to put some yogurt in, or you could use kefir as well.
Say that again for me.
Kefir?
No.
Yogurt?
Yogurt. We're putting in yogurt.
Yogurt.
Yogurt. You say it how you need to. It is definitely yogurt or yogurt. I'm going to pop a little bit of my bug in, Michelle, and I'm hoping not to get my scoop. My scoop does want to come out. So I'm going to pop a little bit of bug in. And why am I popping bug in? Well, the time of year, tell us about it.
Oh, the ticks are rampant at the minute.
And we had a day where Blink had 40 ticks about 2 years ago. And that was before Bug Canine came out. Now, the reason I use Bug Canine with my dogs is that I'm conscientious about the environment. I don't like the idea that we put toxic, harsh chemicals into the environment that we don't need to. And the other thing I think is really important with Bug Canine is that we consider like what we're putting our hands on. So I don't want to put it on my dog, those things. And I also don't want to put those things, shall I? I don't want to put those things on my dog, but I also don't want them even on my furniture and around me. So I don't want to put those chemicals in my home. Things like Bravecto and Drontal and all of the Seresto collars. I think do research your area, but for me, I've had massive success. Blink has no ticks. Like I might pull off, I don't know, once in a blue moon, but really rare, very rare.
Doing some reading the other night, and they're finding chemicals from these flea and tick treatments in the water.
Yeah, exactly that, which is really scary. And all it means is you might need to wash your dog, so you might be washing them, but actually then you don't realise you're pumping that out into our ecosystem and to fish populations and wildlife, and it's just really not good. And there's a lot of things that are in things like Bravecto and different pharmaceutical companies like that that actually wouldn't be allowed in farming. So you wouldn't be allowed them in say you're producing food, but at the same time they're allowed in our homes and they're allowed in other spaces. So for me, that is my bug, my tick, my treatments for fleas. It's my treatment for any sort of many parasites, and I use that on a daily basis, particularly this time of year where lots of things, giardia and stuff like that, can be quite rife, and so I think it's a really, really great preventative. For sure, look at your area as to what struggles you might have in your area, but for me, we have a big tick problem here, and we really don't get them. So that's really cool. We're in sheep country. Right, I think that's looking pretty sexy.
Looking really good. Now, we could feed it just as it is, but we like to do things that I like my food to look good as well.
Yes.
And we've got these diced up veg that we prepared earlier that we used with our fresh bowl. So we can add those. So those are some shiitake mushrooms.
Nice.
That Lauren just picked up. So we're going to put some grated carrot in there. So really good for the dogs and naturals.
And you can freeze these too, right?
Absolutely.
So we can freeze this.
So this is why we've got the colours of the rainbow there with the Calmness. I prepare these on a Sunday evening.
And we did have the colour of the rainbow with the purple blueberries, but I used them all.
Yeah.
So I got enthusiastic, as always.
Ideally, you want to try and feed your dogs a variety of, hit the colours of the rainbow, basically.
And this is also, guys, really good to know. Michelle and I run health retreats now here at the centre, and this is also for you as a human. So I'm not saying you need to eat this, but what I am saying, bug would taste great in curry. What I am saying is I think it's really important that you consider what you're eating. So let's leave it there because I don't want to get onto sort of spaces that we don't need to be for this. However, I do think it's important, isn't it? It's really important. And if your dog doesn't eat any of these things, then this is something you can grow into the day-to-days.
Absolutely, and literally, I prepare my dog's food with stuff out of my fridge. So this is what I'm eating on a daily basis. Why shouldn't my dogs eat it as well?
And I think the important thing is I think we're going to mix up your thoughts on how food works. And that's the sort of thing, again, in Ditch the Bowl and the Ditch the Bowl course, it's got 50% off. Enrichment 50 is your code, absolutedogs.me/Ditch the Bowl. It's the sort of thing we talk about there, but it's also exactly what you're getting here with us today. So really, really cool what you get with us here today. So that one, Michelle, could go in the freezer.
Absolutely.
Or we could give it to a dog right now, or we could pop it in a garden, or any of those things, right? Now, I know I've got a mango fine dining mat video that I think we could show you guys. I think there's a cool video that we put together. It's mango fine dining, and I'd like to show you it because I think it gives you an opportunity to see a dog there. It's very, very warm in here today, so we didn't think it was appropriate to have a dog up here. Our aircon is broken, so we haven't got a dog with us to trial because we felt it was in their best interest not to be. However, we're going to go to that video. You guys get a couple of minutes, just 2 minutes, and as soon as you get back, there is more awesomeness here for you. Mango. So Mango doesn't know what to do with herself because she has never, ever experienced anything quite like that, have you? She's very excited. This is like literally, I know, it's like a restaurant style meal. Are you ready? Are you steady? Can you see it? I think you're very ready. Do you want to wait a second or would you like to just dive in? She's like, I'd like to dive in, please. Go on, get it. You can get it. She's like, oh, how interesting. She thinks this is a great experience. So Mango hasn't had her dinner. Oh, now she has. The fish is gone. The fish is gone. She thinks this is the best day ever. I love to see that she's leaving the rocket till last. I mean, that would be very much my style of eating. So she's definitely gone my style. And very interestingly here, she's absolutely keen, but at the same time, I would say fairly calm. She's not too much. She's not too excited. She's definitely not OTT. And I would say she looks very happy with her tasting experience and her tasting plate. Now, as for how often she's had that or would have that, it's not something she does every day of the week, but we don't go out for a restaurant meal every day of the week. So you know what? It depends on the dog. It depends on the type. Mango is a hungry hippo. She will eat as much as you allow her. She will eat every day of the week. And she's also not a dog who's fat or heavy or any of those things. And she's got no real diet struggles or issues. I love the fact that she gets to experience this. I love the fact that she gets to have so many different opportunities there. And I also really like the fact that she's 100% comfortable to even eat Rocket. So yeah, I like Rocket. I just don't know that I'd eat it as willingly as she is. The blueberries, I love the antioxidants and the good stuff she's getting there. I can see some of the real fresh ingredients. And you've got to say, that is a good day for a dog. Like, that's a good day for a Mango. Welcome back. We're still here. We're glad you're still here. Now, you were talking sushi. Now, while you're talking or about to talk sushi, guys, remember, I'm looking for shares. So I am looking to see who has shared this, and I'm going to give away another 2 prizes. One is going to be a pack of your fresh your fresh shaker and your bag, and 2 is going to be the same again. So we're going to give away 2 more of these. So while I'm looking for your shares, remember to share. You've got to share the live link on Facebook, Instagram or TikTok. You're going to use Enrichment Live in your captions, or Enrichment or hashtag Enrichment Live on your captions. Make sure you set it to public so we can see that your share is there and so we can see it counts. And Michelle, you tell them about sushi whilst I'm looking for the share.
So I was watching the video that you guys were just watching, and I remembered in Ditch the Bowl, we made doggy sushi, which I had so much fun doing, and they probably cut the clip out, but we rolled up the sushi, we cut it up, and it's amazing to use for search work, and you can get your supplements in there. I think we used cauliflower rice. You want to try and minimize the amount of rice that you use, but at the end of...
So cauliflower rice rather than rice. Rice is not good for dogs. So many people think rice is good for dogs. Rice is not good for dogs. Dogs are not meant to eat carbohydrates like that. So cauliflower rice.
Yeah.
And actually for us too, right?
Yeah, definitely.
We've been eating cauliflower rice.
And we're constantly learning and adjusting and adapting what we feed our dogs based off of current research that's coming out.
Just warning you guys, I'm going to pick as soon as Michelle stops talking. So you keep talking, Michelle.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that in a rude way. You guys absolutely keep sharing, because I'm coming to you and I've got some names rolling off my tongue ready.
The funny bit I remember, and I'm fairly certain they cut it out, but it's got to be on the outtake somewhere. I did the roll of sushi and then I licked my fingers. And I looked at the cameraman and I went, this is for dogs, isn't it? But that's what I do when I'm cooking my food. And I know it tastes good for the dogs. It was cooked salmon that we put in it, so there was no raw involved. But we did have that moment and that little quiet chuckle.
I think that's funny. I think that's dead funny. Okay, so Gothia said, absolute dogs, how can I claim my prize? Someone in the comments is going to help let everyone know who's won prizes, that we are going to get them to you. So we'll need your address and we'll need to know where you are in the world to check we can ship what we're going to ship to you. So I've got two people that we are going to choose. We are choosing, and we're choosing now, guys. Make sure you get on it. Make sure you get on it. The first winner is, Michelle is picking
Leslie Pugh.
Leslie Pugh, you get to win. You're going to win a freezer bag, you're going to win a fresh, and you're going to win a shaker. That's you. And then the second person that I'm going to pick, I'm going to randomly go through, go down, go through. I'm going to pick Tracy Wright. Tracy Wright, you're a winner, chicken dinner. Well done, you. So you're going to get exactly the same. You're going to get a fresh shaker, a fresh. And you guys, I really want you all to make that bowl, and I want you to post it. I want you to post your video and show us you posting it, because I really want you to make that bowl, because that bowl is a cool option, isn't it?
It's amazing, and I like using those fresh Canine bowls because they're silicone, so it's easier to get the frozen
out of it, because you can pop it, can't you?
Yeah.
So you know what? I'm going to throw a bowl in for you as well. So I'll throw a bowl in for you as well. So you're going to have a bowl, a bag, a fresh shaker, and a fresh. For those of you that haven't won and you want to get hold of yours, get over to the AOK9 website. So the AOK9 website has 20% off. It's live 2024. The code's literally off anything and everything. It's site-wide, live 2024. You go to the checkout and then it will take your 20% off once you put the code in, because we're giving you the code because you're here. It's AOK9.com. Go get them, Tiger. Okay, I've got some eggs.
Yeah, I know, I've stepped back a bit.
I'm like, egg in your face. Can't help it.
I saw Lauren pick up the eggs and I just gently stepped back a bit.
You're very smart. You're very smart. So you said to me in the break, well, it wasn't a break for you guys, you're still learning, but we just stopped for a second and did a bit of a recce over here. You said I could put the eggshell on.
Yeah, we can definitely put eggshell on.
Well, egg was really what you said, didn't you?
Egg
So
was what I said.
So I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to...
I'm a little afraid. Oh.
Okay, so I'm going to put the egg, and you said a raw egg just in the middle of here, yeah?
Yep. Nice. You can stick that on.
Look at that.
As these are fresh eggs and we know what's on the outside of them. So store-bought eggs, they're chemically cleaned, which means the chemicals will have leached into the shells. These are fresh eggs.
These
from
are from
the
our
chickens outside.
chicken, like literally the chickens that are all over our home. And so they're fresh chickens.
You can
they're
crush
fresh chicken
some of the
eggs.
eggshell up.
Yeah, so I can put some of the eggshell in too if I wanted to.
You can crush it a little bit on top.
I have to show you, I'm going to take a picture later, a video of Skittle with eggshell, because she just eats the whole shell. If you give her the shell, she just loves it. And the other thing Skittle started to do, and I think this is really funny, she started to pick her own dandelions.
Oh,
so
wow.
she picks her own dandelions. She's like a pick your own. So she sees dandelions as very, very good for her. And she's picking her own quite regularly. So I find that dead funny.
Yeah, I do add that to my dog's food. Dandelions
yeah,
are
they
really
definitely,
good for them.
I'm going to grab this because I keep wiping it on someone's
Yes.
poor freezer bag. So that's not clever, is it? So guys, you're going to absolutely have so much more fun with your dog's food. Tell us in the comments if you've loved what we've shared so far. So let us know in the comments if you've loved what we've shared so far.
I don't think they can quite see how pretty this is.
Look, Michelle's like, see how brilliant it is. She needs the other camera on it. There we go.
There we
Look
go.
at that. Oh no, this way. This way. We'll play a game with the cameraman. We like playing games with the cameraman. Please.
But like, I find the dogs don't really notice if it looks pretty or not, but it makes me feel good.
What I like most is the idea of picking up and putting it, in Michelle's face. I'm going to stop. I'm going to get in trouble. I'm going to get in so much trouble. So let us know if you're loving it, guys. Do let us know if you're loving it. And you can also freeze any of what we're showing you.
Yeah,
so you can freeze any of what we're showing you.
Definitely.
Even the bone broth cubes.
Yes.
You can freeze them too. I use them frozen. I've used them fresh. I've travelled with them frozen. Like really great all the way around. So guys, keep sharing. We're still here. I'm going to take you to, I think we go to a little bit of scatter feeding. And I'm going to talk to you about scatter feeding because in this here pouch, let's have a few more of these in this here pouch. We're going to put a few of these in here. I might take these out and I might use them as a scatter opportunity for Classic because Classic can be quite a reactive dog. She can be quite a nippy dog. She can be quite a lungy, barky, pain in the bottom type dog. And if you've got a dog like this, let us know in the comments if you've got a naughty but nice dog. You can put MBN. Absolute Dogs is the home of naughty but nice dogs. So let us know if you've got a naughty but nice dog. Maybe they lunge, bark, nip. Maybe they're nervous, anxious, worried, scared. And maybe they bark a lot. Maybe they bite. Like that's a naughty but nice dog. Scatter feeding is really for the win. And without further ado, I'd like to show you and take you really into a different space with Classic. Okay, so this might look a little odd. I've got my chickens and I've got Classic and I'm scatter feeding. Now, why am I scatter feeding and what even is scatter feeding? Well, scatter feeding, I'm using some of her daily food in my Absolute Dogs treat pouch. I've got some of her daily food, whether that's home-baked stuff, maybe stuff from the recipe book, or whether that's shop bought, whatever is right for you, no judgment here. What I would say is, for me, scatter feeding, whether it's chickens or dogs, is really useful. Now, I use this as a bit of a meditative state, a state that's going to take them into calm, a state that's going to bring calmness to your dog, and a state that's going to bring them into a space where they're almost ready for you to leave them. They're actually not high energy. It's very different to throwing a ball, very different from getting them racing around or doing zoomies around the living room or having a party. This is putting your pajamas on. This is like taking yourself into that chilled zone. This is what you do at, like, I don't know, 8 p.m, 9 p.m. at night, not sort of doing a crazy workout. And I think this is really important. I do small, close proximity scatter feeds like this, and I also do some big scatter feeds, and these can be on lead or they can be off lead. Really, choices down to you. I think I'm going to show you a big scatter feed. Come on, let's go. Class, you come in. Well, I've got the chickens, they've got a recall. Okay, so I'm in a bigger space now, and what I'm going to do when I throw her food is I'm actually going to throw it. I wouldn't normally have all the chickens with me, but they seem very friendly today. What I'm going to do is I'm going to throw it in a much bigger space, a much more dense space. And obviously, if your dog has problems with chickens, definitely don't go rehearsing with chickens. This is not deliberate. They just happen to be part of our garden. Classy, come on. Come on. I know, you're going to walk through the chickens? She's like, Class, come on, you can walk through the chickens. She's like, I don't want to walk through the chickens. So I'm going to scatter, and I did a big scatter there. And so that scatter is a much more advanced scatter. The chickens are involved too. It's a much more advanced scatter. And what we're looking at when we're doing a big scatter like that is she able to move from piece to piece? You're seeing independence here, you're seeing confidence here, you're seeing a dog or a chicken who is able to enrich really out and about and have an enriched day out and about, but you're also seeing a dog who's able to engage and disengage, so engage in the food she's engaging in and disengage in the food that she's disengaging from, as in moving from one piece to another. How does this help though with separation, and why is this game important? For me, I love it as a transition to when you're going to leave your dog. So actually you're taking them into a calm space. You're teaching your dog the ability to be independent, because as you can see, she's all the way out there. She's not really fussed about where I am, to the point that when I did call her, she was busy and doing her own thing. And the other thing I really like about this is it's a real calm enrichment. So it's a very methodical, calm enrichment. It's steady, it's slow. It's very different to I don't know, fast exercising, taking your dog for a sprint or a run, taking your dog doing canicross, doing agility. So for me, this very much is my transition to leaving my dog for the day, or the session that I'm going to leave them, maybe an hour or two, and I'm going out to work, or I don't know, whatever you need to leave them for. For me, this is really important, and I really like this as an exercise. So scatter feeding, whether it's be close proximity or whether it be big and spaced out like this, and maybe even involving some chickens, is a really cool exercise. I'd love you to involve some of your ditch the bowl and some of your treat pouch each and every day to enjoy just this. The other thing, you know what, just as an aside and a bonus, I find this hugely therapeutic, to the point that I might even sit on the swing and I might just take it all in. I might take it all in for a minute, have a moment. She's doing her thing, I'm doing mine. It doesn't really get better than that, does it? Okay, now I was training just this morning with one of my little dogs, and one of my students said, are you using, so we've got Games Club. If you guys are part of Games Club, let us know in the comments below. Games Club is the home of all of our dog training videos. There are hundreds and hundreds of dog training videos that you just get to follow through, pick the ones you want, and you get to watch and learn with me and really all of our trainers here. So it's an exciting place to be. Now, I was training one of my little dogs and they asked me why I was using some vegetables. So I was using some of these lovely treats. You saw the recipe. I don't know if we can share that recipe again for the shake and bake treats, the treats, if we can share it. We may not be able to. I'm making the cameraman improvise. Please and thank you. What I would love to do is really show you how, there, look at that. Look at it, he's got the banana, he's got the tuna, he's got the directions, the instructions, he's on it. So I've got my veg and I've also got my treats. Now sometimes I might get to the end of the day and I might say, you know what, she's had quite a lot of this food and I might want to use a little bit more of this food. And my dogs, they earn a lot of their food. We do ditch the bowl on a day-to-day basis, and because we do ditch the bowl all the time, they really enjoy enrichment. So let me know in the comments if you'd like your dog to really enjoy enrichment more, because my dogs really enjoy enrichment. I know yours too.
Oh, absolutely.
They want to work for the food.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So we've got loads of food in here that is actually, it's rainbow charred, but it's feeding the rainbow, right, Michelle?
Yeah, it's got all the colours, yellow, red, green.
I'm thinking we
white.
should eat this, right?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Rainbow chard is a really lovely, that's some of the prep that was just in the fridge. It was my dog's food, right? It was in the fridge and you just grabbed it out in between just to show everyone. So that's a really cool option. And then we've got our shake and bake. So we've got our homemade treats, our shake and bake, the recipe that we've already given you. So we've given you that recipe so we know that you guys have that one. And that's just some chopped up rainbow chard. It could be broccoli, any cruciferous veg, very, very good for your dogs if you've got an option. Now, on a day-to-day basis, we're going to be training our dogs different games. We're going to be training them games from recall, games for walking past distractions, games for maybe getting them into the vets and having a safe vet trip, games for getting a better car experience, games for having visitor-free, or not visitor-free, struggle-free visitor series and sessions so that your visitors can come in and you don't have a barking, lunging dog. We're going to have games for you to have loose lead walking. We're going to have games for so many different things. And if you're part of Games Club, you'll already know about this. But for me, using these on a day-to-day basis, popping these into my treat pouch. So going, you know what, that is going in with my treats. So I'm going to put those in with my treats. And then what I've done is I've given quite a nice experience here, because my dogs then have, I'm going to pop that to the camera, my dogs have a really nice mixture of what we're doing. I throw them, they catch them, I bowl them, I scatter them. This is enrichment, and as you saw as well, my chickens get involved. This is enrichment for my dogs and apparently my chickens. And for me, I love that. I look at that and I think, how much better. I genuinely am proud of what we do for our dogs.
Yeah,
I'm really
great.
Proud. And this smells great as well. I can smell that, and that smells, it does smell really nice. Like it smells, you didn't look very genuine there.
No, you can smell the banana in there. You're right. You don't really smell much,
It does smell great. It smells really, really great. And so for me, I'm dropping treats everywhere. For me, that is, say, Skittles daily food. I've got pretty much a 3/4 full pouch there. She's a 6 kilo dog. That's a lot of food for her. Now, if your dog doesn't eat veg, what I found is games really help. So games can help to make it exciting. Same as Eliza didn't really like maths until, Eliza's my daughter, not my dog. Eliza's my daughter. She didn't like maths until we played more games games with maths. So by making it a game, and then she didn't like writing until she started writing about ponies. So by playing a game, you really can enrich your dogs at the next level. Now, I've got a video to show you. It's a cool video. It shows you how it works. It shows you what we do. It shows you why we do it. As soon as I come back, for those of you that have shared, I am going to be picking a winner. Michelle is also going to be picking a winner. We're game. We're going to send you to watch a little bit of learning, and then within 2 minutes, you're back.
Here's your story, let's begin. The water's fine, come on, dive in. The future's here, it's right before your eyes. Step by step, you're on your way. You're welcome to a brighter day. Don't you know it feels good to be alive? You could be larger than life, bigger than the world, living out the hopes and dreams of every boy and every girl. You could fly higher than the sky, shine brighter than the stars. You could have all you ever wanted, shoot the moon and reach for Mars. You know you could. Yeah, and times are changing everywhere. Do we dream and do we dare? It's up to you, the door is open wide. Feel the rhythm of today, learn the part and join the play. The world is here, let's take it for a ride. You could be larger than life, bigger than the world, living out the hopes and dreams of every boy and every girl. You could fly higher than the sky, shine brighter than the stars. You could have all you ever wanted, shoot the moon and reach for Mars. You know you're good. Larger, larger than, bigger, bigger than, living hopes and dreams. Every boy and girl, higher, higher than, brighter, brighter than, all you wanted, and you know. You could be larger than life, bigger than the world, living out the hopes and dreams of every boy and every girl. You could fly higher than the sky, shine brighter than the stars. You can have all you ever wanted.
Okay, for those of you that are sharing, I can't help it. I want to do more prizes. And we did say we'd give a bowl, didn't we?
Yes.
So we'd give a bowl as well. And we really want to see you make the super cool, what are we going to call the ice block? I don't know, some sort of like hydration block. Anyway, guys, what's been your favourite so far? I'm going to leave the share screen up here. I'm going to leave the share screen because I'm going to read it for you in a minute. But what's been your favourite so far? Did you like the fresh bowl? Did you like the treats that we made? I've got the treats here in my pocket. Did you like the Squeezy tube? Or maybe you like the Calm mat? Or maybe you like the gummies? What's your favourite?
I like the freeze blocks.
Yeah, they're nice.
Could these guys come up with a name?
Yes, you guys get to come up with a name for the freeze blocks. Freeze blocks, breeze blocks, come on, freeze blocks, you get to come up with a name. My personal favourite is the shake and bake or the treats in here. And I truly do love it. I'm going to show it to the camera once more. I love that is my little dog's sort of training snacks. Like I get really excited to think that is my little dog's training snacks. Like that's what she gets to have as a training snack. And I just feel like I'm doing a really good thing by her. And I feel like I'm the best owner she could have. And that makes me really excited. And all of my dogs will get a variety of this. Depends on the dog. Brave won't get the vegetables because she's losing weight more than putting on weight, if that makes sense. She doesn't keep her weight well. Whereas Skittle puts on weight very easily. So she'd get some veggies in there. Venture's like a sausage dog at the moment. So she's getting more veg than sort of protein. And I think we can just really vary it. And you know that even within yourself, even just hormonally, because I can speak to you guys that way, I'm sure. Basically, you're going to want to change your food at different times. Like I'm eating more veg than I probably did 5 years ago. That's okay. You want to mix it up and you want to see where you are. Anyway, I want to see who shared it because we did give you a share option. So share the live link on Facebook, Instagram or TikTok. You're going to use Enrichment, #Enrichment Live on your captions. Make sure you set to public. And if you're in YouTube or on YouTube, click on the link in the chat. We get to pick somebody, and also we're hearing what everyone likes. So what does Simon like?
Fresh bowl.
Lydia loves the Lucky Licky Freezy.
Oh, I like
Very
that.
nice. Diana likes the treat ideas. How does Diana get the recipes? Is that what they get when they go to absolutedogs.me/enrichment live bonus? I think it is. That would be logical. However, what I've realised is common sense sometimes isn't that common. So it may not happen because I'm not always using my common sense, and I'm sure it might be. We hope it's there. I'll get confirmation from the team in a minute. So the team will give us confirmation. Diana said she missed most of the recipe. She has shared it and she loves it. Diana, where are you? Tell us in the world where you are, guys. I want to know where you are. Kathy shared the rainbow bowl of goodies. Well done, Simon.
Like
I love that. Loving the treat recipe. Some really cool stuff. Really cool stuff. So Jackie Males has just put enrichment. Tell us, Jackie, where you're from and let us know a bit more about you. We want to know about you. Sonia says first timer and loving all of it.
Yay.
Tell me if it's your first time here. That for me is really exciting. I love
that.
you old timers too. You old timers are magic. Kathy and Leslie and Simon and lovely Laura and Alison. You guys are amazing. And also I want to know who's brand new here. So who is brand new here today? So let us know if you're brand new here today. Susan Allen has shared enrichment. You're going to get one of these. You're going to get one of these. You're going to get one of these. And you're going to get a treat bowl. You're going to get a treat bowl. My team are going to be like, seriously, Lauren, how many prizes did you give away? We like doing it. You can pick someone else as well. You can pick someone else as well as we go. So I love it. Pam's in Yorkshire. Tracy loved everything we made today, and Tracy won already, which is really cool. So if you're sharing, let us know you're sharing, and we'll be with you. And we'll. She's picking one.
Seeing as she's
yes,
new.
let's do that.
Yeah.
Sonia Dujas, you're brand new here and you get to win. And Michelle picked you because you're new. So I love that. You got picked. Oh, she's in Australia. We're going to have to come up with a different option. You know what we can do? We can let you have a lead, or we can let you have some calm mats. So Rain, do you want one of each of the calm mats?
Tube.
Or do you want, so one of each of the calm mats and a squeezy tube, or would you like a lead? You can pick. The leads are on the Absolute Dog store for those of you that want a lead and didn't win one. But Sonia's winning because she's in Australia, and I know we have struggles getting some of the supplements out there. So that's who's winning it. I love it. Kimberly Kurt is also new and loving it. So if you're new, let us know, guys. I've just come back from Florida, Tina, and it was warm. Anyway, we've got a couple of our students telling you about Games Club, and I'd love you to listen to them because they're super cool students. Like I said, for me, games are how I get my little dog to love working for all of this cool enrichment opportunity. And part of enrichment is the games we play with our dogs. Do you see it helping relationships, Michelle?
100%. Like more focus on me, getting them catching. They're looking at me all the time. And I used to have a dog. I had a Jack Russell. He didn't know I existed, I swear. The second I ditched the bowl, our relationship changed drastically. It's amazing.
So ditch the bowl. This is enrichment. We're going to head to some of our students. You've got Loveday. You've got lovely Becky. I can't wait for you to see what you think of our students, and we're going to head to listen to them now.
So excited to tell you about Absolute Dogs and how they have completely and utterly changed my life. I have Huskies. Huskies are challenging. I have had a nightmare time with them, with the noise, with them jumping up on top of work surfaces, with them pulling me over, escaping out the garden, just out of control. Games are so easy, so much fun, and my dogs engage. They make such a difference to them and to me, and we solve these problems.
So with the games, we have noticed like massive changes in Boomer as he's gotten older. We pick up really well when he starts to get a bit bored and a bit boisterous around the children or around the house, and we can flip him into a game and he will immediately focus. And he has gotten really confident with some of the games, which has really then helped us to move into some of the other games that we play. And he has really learned to settle as well with the calm games that we've been playing with him. He's very much a pacer, so when we switch on a game, he will focus and he can settle really, really quickly. Or explode with excitement and play some really cool games.
Really was a big barker. When we found Games Club, it just changed our world, because actually we could then work on calmness, we could work on boundary games, we could work on her being nice and peaceful, and actually now life is so much easier.
The cool thing is with games-based learning, I hope you saw there all breeds, all ages, all stages. Literally, it works for every dog, right?
Absolutely, 100%.
And does enrichment help?
It totally does. It transforms your relationship. You've got a great bond with your dog finds it rewarding, you find it rewarding.
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Now we've got a little bit more learning for you. I mean, we're so on time. We're actually really impressed with ourselves. Like literally no egg on our face. We are so happy with how we're going. So
yeah,
couple of things to do before we finish. So we are just going to recap what we've got here. So just recap for everyone what we've got, because it is a bit gorgeous.
Oh, it is. Like the colors are amazing. So we started off with our freezer bowls. So we put some fresh fruit in there, some veg in there, and then we mixed up our fresh canine. And we poured it in the bowl underneath. We've put another bowl on top, bit more veg, bit more fresh in it, and that's a nice cooling treat for the dogs. And I think if I remember correctly, we put some plexi in there too.
Yeah, amazing. So literally a cooling, healthy treat for your dog. So it can be fantastic. Second one, let's go for our gummies next. So our gummies are really fantastic. I love these. They're squidgy, they're cool. You can freeze them, you can use them as they are. They go down the throat really easily. So I've just been using these recently with a poorly dog who had megasophagus, and they were fantastic. They were like game changer for getting hydration in there.
Yeah.
Can add all your supplements once it's cool. Really, really nice treat. Okay, let's move on to these are my favorite for sure, my bacon shake and bake. Michelle came up with a cool recipe. I gave her the brief. The brief was they need to go through this machine that I use for training my dogs. It's like a treat and train, and they're fantastic. They last really well, so 3 to 4 days in the fridge and probably frozen for 6 months, a year. I've used them and they're fantastic. And I've mixed them with some rainbow chard, so I've just literally put my rainbow chard in with those so that I've got a really nice mixed version of that treat. So I really like that. So we've got that as a mix up for what we're doing, so our dogs don't effectively have one boring colour. They get to choose the rainbow, which is really, really nice. And then lastly, do you want to talk about squeezy tubes?
Yeah, so we did up some squeezy tubes, which are brilliant. So I quite like taking squeezy tubes out on walks with me, and especially at this time of year, I take them straight out of the freezer and put them in my pocket.
So straight out the freezer, you've got a cold Canine tube in your pocket. It sounds absolutely delightful. The cool thing is with the Canine squeezy tube is you're giving your dog some of the fresh food that you want to get in them, and you're also doing it for enrichment. And remember, with Canine right now you get 20% off everything site-wide. That's including your squeezy tubes, so that's including any of the squeezy tubes and any of the supplements you want to add in there, calm mats, bowls, shakers, all of the above. So you can get everything on there, which is really exciting. And then last but not least, we made our calm mat. We've added some extras to make it a little bit colourful. You could add less, you could add more. You can do whatever you're comfortable with, because ultimately at the end of the day, this is all about you and where you sit with it and what you want to do for your dog. I think that's really important. So let me just run you through all of the offers that we've had here, because I think it's really important that we recap on the offers. The first one is the Ditch the Bowl course. It's 50% off. That's a mega discount. It's Enrichment 50 if you want to get that one. It's absolutedogs.me/ditch the bowl, and that course comes in under £100. It's £98.50, and that's literally a mega course, loads of learning. The cool thing is you get 50% off. Go to the website absolutedogs.me/ditch the bowl 50. Second one is Canine. You get 20% off site-wide. That's every single product in there. You use the code LIVE2024, you go to the checkout. At that point, the money will come off, so you'll save your 20%, and that's aocanine.com. And then the third one, guys, is Games Club. If you haven't already joined Games Club, or you're not already part of Games Club, it's £30 per month. And the cool thing is you've got unlimited access to games day or night, because some of your students are in Australia.
Yeah.
Some of my students are in America. Some of your students are in
across Canada.
Yeah, I've got some students in Bermuda. You've got students literally all
Everywhere.
over Europe. Students are all over. And the cool thing is it's £30. It's absolutedogs.me/games club. Now, before you guys head anywhere, I think we've just got 2 more of these that I'd like to give. So 2 more of these that I'd like to give. And I think we need to see that you're sharing. So I want to see that you're sharing. And remember, you're going to get a bowl as well. So I'm going to put a bowl as well. So I'm going to give you an opportunity for that. I don't know if we can put the share instructions up on the screen. That'd be super. The important thing is, guys, here that you do share now, because we're going to have a look in a second. But let me just tell you how the end of this is going to go, because we are coming to an end. So you guys are going to get a really cool video on why calmness is important in your dog training. And if you want to get a whole host of these videos for free, there's a way that you can get them. Look in the comments. One of my team will put it in there. They'll be there for you and you can have a look. And there's loads of really cool videos that you get to log into and see. You get a bit of an access pass and you're going to get that for free. Why? Because we love you and we really want to share great dog training and dog ownership all over the world. Secondly, you're going to hear from a couple of our students who are going to tell you why it works, and that's really key. I don't know about you, but I'm heading out to probably go and devour one of those ice cube bowls and maybe train my dogs with some of the cool treats that we've been making. I hope you have a brilliant rest of your day. Like I said, we're not going just yet. You've got more learning. We'd love you to share, and if you haven't already shared, absolutely, guys, now is a brilliant time to do that. I'm going to pick Neat Lawrence. She is going to get the share prize for me. What about you? Oh no, we've just moved to somebody else who's doing different things. I just scrolled across different reels. Maybe we do one more. Oh my God, she's loving it here. I love that. Do you want to do this one?
Yeah.
Femke van Winkoop. Femke van Winkoop, where are you? You are winning too. You're a winner because you're a sharer. We love people who share. We love people who care. You're going to win your bag. You're going to win your shaker. You're going to win your fresh. And you're going to win one of our cool bowls. My team are going to be like literally livid. We've given away a lot today. Keep sharing right up to the end of this live. We might pick some extras as well. There's also raffle winners. So there's raffle winners, that's Jade Slocum, Eileen Hegarty, Deborah Vardy, Carol Ward, Jane Gebby, Hope Jones, Claire Penke, Amy Swan, Salah Rusalo, and Becky Mead. And some of you guys are winning Games Club, and some of you guys are winning summer wellness shakers and different cool things. So there's some real cool winners out there. So you guys will be getting in touch with you as well. If you haven't already, like I said, our team will be picking 2 more winners. Stay right to the end. Our team will be picking 2 more. Share the live link on Facebook. It's been a pleasure. We're going to take you to some core learning videos. It's Calmness is King. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Michelle, in the kitchen. What's cooking good looking? Calmness is king. Off you go.
Have you ever considered the importance of teaching your dog to be calm? Calmness, it can seem quite counterintuitive, even boring. Maybe you have a sports dog who just needs to be at the top of their game, or you and your dog simply love to go on long and energetic hikes. Perhaps you enjoy watching your dog run the happy zoomies around your garden each and every time you let them outside. What could be the harm in that? But calmness really is one of the biggest gifts you can give your dog and an essential skill for cracking dog training struggles, from barking to reactivity, maybe even pulling on lead. Its importance literally cannot be underestimated. Join us as we explore the king of all the concepts and unlock the secrets to a calmer, happier, and all-round better behaved dog. Welcome to Calmness is King. Imagine a series of boxes that live on a shelf in your dog's brain. Each one of those boxes represents a different emotion that your dog could experience. I say could, note that. There's an excitement box, a fear box, a frustration box, and a calmness box. Every behaviour your dog might choose when they're feeling a particular emotion is stored inside those boxes. Inside the fear box, you'll find behaviours like barking, jumping up, pulling on lead, lunging, zoomies, mouthing, humping on your leg. Take a peek inside the excitement box or the frustration box, you're going to find pretty much the same behaviours. The calmness box, however, that box is a bit different. In the calmness box, there really are only great choices and appropriate cool behaviours. Whatever your dog chooses from this box, it's going to be good. Behaviours you might find in this box include calm, polite greetings, ignoring distractions, being quiet, relaxing and chill around visitors, and walking on lead beautifully at your side. Sounds pretty good, right? Every suitable choice and all great behaviour comes from a foundation of calmness. If your dog is calm, they can't be experiencing fear or frustration or overexcitement, all of which lead to poor choices and less desirable behaviour. This is why we put so much value into calmness. Undesirable behaviour choices and an inability to think clearly come from other emotions. Whether that's a fearful dog who barks and lunges at novelty and reacts, or a dog who tends towards overexcitement, over-arousal and struggles to listen, pulls on lead and simply takes everything at over 100 miles an hour. Some dogs simply don't understand calmness as a matter of course. It's simply not part of their natural decision-making process to choose calmness over craziness. Your dog might struggle, for example, with calmness because they're wary of the world and they find new and novel events quite challenging, or because they think everything about life is so exciting, even breathing. Life's a riot and your dog wants to party and live life to the fast full. While excitement and desire to play games and enjoy the fun activities is good in some doses and typically small, it's not a state you want your dog to exist and live in all the time. A dog who struggles to switch off and embrace calmness will have a very full stress bucket and can be often challenging to live with. Not only that, your dog's brain is efficient. If one day is full of high arousal activities and non-stop excitement, that brain is going to wake up the next day raring to go, all set and ready to anticipate excitement before anything has actually even happened. Your dog's going to be constantly having disco pants on, ready to party, making choices literally less and less appropriate ones as the time goes. Choosing and promoting calmness is always in your dog's best interests. Calm dogs really do make better choices because their bucket simply isn't constantly full or overflowing. In fact, teaching your dog to embrace calmness helps keep their bucket empty as a matter of course. So if calmness is so very important, how can you grow it? Well, there are 3 ways that we literally think about our dogs spending their time each and every day, which are going to help grow and promote calmness. We like to think of this as our calmness triad. The first is passive calming activities. There are certain activities that your dog can do that are naturally calming. So if you were to put some relaxing music on and have a soak in a warm bath, chances are you're going to end up feeling pretty chill. You need to be able to do the same though for your dog by giving them activities that help them to feel calm and relaxed. Chewing is fantastic. Maybe a long-lasting chew, a stuffed Kong, a calm mat, or simply the opportunity to sniff. Incorporating these calming activities into your dog's ditch the bowl routine means that you're putting your dog's daily food allowance to work and enriching each and every step of their day. The second part of the calmness triad is what we call the calmness protocol. It sounds pretty complicated and maybe even serious, but it really isn't. It's very, very simple and a lot of fun. This is all about using some of your dog's daily food to reward moments in the day where your dog chooses calmness. Catch your dog doing something right, being calm, and reward it. The more times you pair those great calm choices with a positive outcome, the more likely your dog is to choose them again. How you reward your dog is really important too. Deliver your reward in a calm way to reinforce your dog's superb choice. If food is really very exciting for your dog, then you might want to find a calm stroke or a gentle word of praise. That might be more appropriate. The third part of the calmness triad is active rest. Undisturbed, restful sleep, it's so important for your dog. It's a chance to chill out, switch off and let that stress bucket empty. If you've got a busy home and lots of activity, your dog might need to spend part of the day somewhere quiet, maybe a utility room or a separate space. It could be in a crate, a puppy pen, somewhere they literally can tune out, zen out and relax. Not every dog has these skills to spend time alone and to find it relaxing, so be prepared to help your dog to learn to embrace and enjoy this. It's easy to think that lots of high energy games and going on really long walks with your dog is going to wear them out and help them relax. Have you ever been told that you need to tire your dog out in order to help them behave around the house? Perhaps the advice you've been given for avoiding that evening witching hour is to exhaust your dog with 2 or more long walks a day. Yet the reality is that those long walks are actually building your dog's stamina and fitness, and they're often increasingly hard to tire out. Not only that, those long walks are filling their stress bucket, so their capacity to deal with life calmly and rationally and all of the events of the day is actually compromised. Instead of thinking that you need to tire your dog out, invest in calmness and you're going to be amazed when you see the difference. There's one other really important consideration when it comes to calmness. The training you do with your dog is just one part of the elaborate puzzle. Did you know that your dog's brain and gut wellness also play a significant role in their behaviour? A lack of calmness, whether that's overexcitement, reactivity or fear, actually harms the gut microbiome, that delicate balance of good and bad bacteria in your dog's tummy. Deterioration in the gut microbiome really can have a very negative impact on your dog's brain health and on their behaviour. It's a really vicious cycle. That's exactly why the team over at Canine created Calm Canine, a natural dietary supplement that combines brain, gut and behaviour boosting ingredients which you can add to your dog's diet in a simple scoop a day. And with over 1,200 5-star reviews, the results really do speak for themselves. It's clear that investing into your dog's calmness really is vital. When your dog is calm, you can not only see the benefits in daily life, but really and truly in their behaviour and in the overall health and longevity and wellness of your dog. Calmness really is king. For more innovative dog training tips and tricks, don't forget to subscribe, share your calmness wins, and let's inspire more owners to invest in calmness.
Coming here has transformed my relationship with Drim. He's a big, strong Malvarana dog with a very strong hunt drive. And for me, the main issues when I first came and spoke to the team about were him pulling. I'd had a serious neck injury, which meant I couldn't actually take him for a walk for about 8 weeks. Well, my husband could and I could walk next to him, but I wasn't allowed to touch the lead. So I made a phone call, chatted with one of the team, and they said, come on down. And that first appointment was amazing. It just opened my eyes to how you can train a dog and have great fun at the same time. The games are brilliant. Drim now is the most amazing dog, so amazing that we're actually considering getting another one. He's got a really great relationship with me now. We go everywhere together. He's my mate. He's lovely to handle. He doesn't pull, and his agility is really coming on well, which has been brilliant fun for both of us. So if anybody's got any struggles, whatever they are, big or small, it's well worth every penny.
Life with my dog was the definition of challenging. She was reactive, she didn't like other dogs, I was nervous about taking her anywhere. And then I found Absolute Dogs, and through games and through fun, she is now a complete joy. She's only 2 and we've become a wonderful partnership, and I wouldn't be here now if I hadn't found Absolute Dogs.